Good afternoon, everybody. We are live. Not only are we live, we also have the German. Oh my god, wait. This is IFAF. I think I'm allowed to put the actual game on. I'm so used to ELF and not being allowed to put a game on, but I think they wouldn't be opposed to me doing this and then putting over one of these and then flipping this because it's currently the wrong way. I think we'd be alright.
And welcome to the 2025 semi-finals for the European Championship for
We'll figure
IFAF.
out.
This is the
Am I the right
coin,
way?
blue is heads,
I'm not the right way.
red is tails, blue is heads,
Flip
red is
vertically.
tails. You are the away
Nope,
team. What is the
flip
call?
horizontally.
The call is tails.
You'd think I'd be able to do this by now. There we go. We're good. We can just put it up here.
And
This
it
is
is
IFAF.
heads.
I think I'm allowed to do this. It's a free game. Alright, let me
You want
put
to receive the
up
ball? Which end would you like to kick? Keep that way.
my
Please rotate,
stream. This
gentlemen.
looks very... The field looks right. I was a bit worried.
Germany has the first half options and have elected to receive the ball. Have a great game and please shake hands.
Here we go. UK ref. This was the ref that was involved with the ELF Championship, if I'm not mistaken. We turned down my screen catcher a little bit just so it's not too loud, but you can still kind of hear me. There we go. Right. Here we go. I think, right, starting off prediction-wise, I kind of think that Germany are going to win. We might be wrong. We'll see. But I'm favouring Germany slightly. I don't have a chat box on this, which means I'm going to have my phone out and I'll be using my phone to look at the chat. However, I need to put my link up to the game and then put it on my story. Tell people I'm live. I've not been live for a really long time. So I hope everyone is all good. Oof. Here we go. I'm feeling this. This could be a very, very fun game. Both of these teams, top level, obviously. Two of the most iconic teams in Europe in terms of playing. I'm expecting a good one. What's up, everyone? What's up, Vikings? How you doing, bro? No stream elements here for some reason, but here we go. It is absolutely raining a ton. You can see there. I think we in the UK had this a couple hours ago. If it is the same kind of weather, it should be over by the start, you know, maybe 10-15 minutes, hopefully anyway. Here we go. I'm excited for this one. This should be a good game. I've got coffee because I've literally just got out of my, like I just finished a game in Bristol. That was that. Rode home on my bike and got on live stream. So we are very much fresh off the bike. What's up, Ricardo? I know, right? It's cool actually having the game here, right? I would have loved to have done that forever. That would have been good, but at least we're good now. This is great. This is great. Feels good to be back, guys. Honestly, it's been such a long time. I like doing the IFAF ones because the production value was usually pretty good, and I can actually watch it with you guys. I don't have to have like my face covering the whole screen and I'm watching it on the zone, which was kind of annoying. But you know, it was what it is. You know, I understand. I couldn't have the game showing, but I'm happy that I can actually have it this time up here. I didn't watch the game. I heard from an Italian player that it happened, but I hadn't seen the actual game. Yeah, no, imagine. It's good. If you need me to be a bit smaller, I need me to adjust the volume, let me know. I don't want to cover up the plays. I'm like myself, like, that big. The game was terrible. Yeah, 9-8 I heard, if I'm not mistaken. Like, that's a weird scoring game. Let me just turn that down. I can see my audio levels. See, that looks dope. I like that. Here we go. Defensive lineups. Who do we recognize? We recognize Fabian Schmidt, Ferran Sudi, of course. Hozek, Sean Nays playing the linebacker. Nice. No Swancore's here. Jirgal. And then Nikos Huzar, of course. Marcus Reibel, of course. Jan Meinhofer, of course. Ben Straight, of course. And Nitslander. Look at that DP core, man. That's so solid. Here we go. I'm excited. It's so Austrian and German that they kick off at exactly the correct time. You don't see that very often. Here we go, the final four. I like that scoreboard too. It looks good. I like the production so far. Germans can receive the ball first, and if you remember, they have a stacked team. Yeah, Italians get a lot of Americans because of that dual passport. Of course, Luca Radcup, Nick Alfieri, multiple other guys, Mike Giannetti, like Americans that are also Italian, but born in America and they play for the Italian national team. Happens a lot, you know. Ooh, yeah, I was expecting more people in the stands too. It's a shame. It's growing. It's getting there. I think it is raining now. There's Marvin Rush. The German receiver core is also stacked. So you've got Marvin, you got Haaland, you got Geyer. Like, whew, that's a nasty room. There's Geyer. I do wish we had like nameplates on the back though, because obviously I'm used to having different numbers for different players. But there's Haaland and Lewis in the same team. That's kind of different, you know. That's a oh shit! Already got a player down. That's not good. I'm not sure who that is. I couldn't see the number. If it's 12-minute quarters, of course. It's IFAF. I think Lars is starting it. That looks like Lars. Yep. There's a handoff to, I believe, Gerald Alman. This line as well. Here's what we're looking for. Hello. What's up, man? How you doing? It's good. It's great to be back. I wish I could stream more often. I might have to make more time to stream, especially with these international fixtures. The final 100%, of course. The semi-final, of course. Because this one was the big one. This was the one that everyone's been waiting for. Germany have been away, not playing in competition. It's Gruber. Fuck. That'd be bad. That's not what we want. Let's turn my volume down slightly just so it doesn't come onto the microphone and create like a double audio. Good tackle there by the Austrians. I need like be ashamed that I don't have like a roster sheet, you know, with numbers of people. That look like my Hoffer there though. Oh, snotty nose, cold. Like I said, just got off the bike, so I still got like, you know, I still got the cold clothes on. So I got like a runny nose. Seems like I'm emotional about this game, which I don't have a personal stake in, but it's a fun one. That offensive line as well. You got Sven. I can actually move my mouse around. There's Sven at the left tackle. You got Dominic Andrew. That's Violate as well. Of course, the Munich offensive line just got a pancake then. And then you've got Marlon Worthman. And you've got Dominic Andra. Like, oh. And then there's a Dresden lineman as well. It's a good line. It really is a terrifying one. I like that graphic. That looks good, IFAF. I approve of the production so far, IFAF. It looks good. A first punt for Germany. Not the great. They didn't pass. They kept it. Ooh, muffed punt, but it's all good. For a second, we're going to have some. Huss up, SH. Fair catch called, and the ball is going to be down early at the 2. Great play. I think that's Marco there, yeah. You can see the flag in the back of his helmet. That means definitely Marco. There's the German fans. So that's a good thing about having the international game. I'm a big fan of international fixtures. Because we have the ELF, we have the EFA, we have the GFL, we have the AFL. But with international games, we all come together. And that's the best thing about football. So I like this. It's good. And the views are also usually higher on IFAF stuff because of that reason. Can we have a look at there's Sandro. In the Austrian red, Sandro just looks so iconic, man. Also, met him in Switzerland. Again, great dude. You can see his brother there with this iconic stance at the bottom. Oh. Punt. Ah, that was close. Marco came flying in. There was a late flag. Is that Nicholas? Is Nicholas playing quarterback? Yeah, the running back room. Oh my god, you got Hasselvante, you got Platzkammer. Austrian running backs are just different. Yes, I agree. That's a good point, actually. We combine both of those factors. The run game of the Austrians with the weather might give more of an advantage to the Austrians, hypothetically. The D-line for Germany, it's good, but it's not all their best guys. The offensive line, you could argue it is. Their D-line has not got all of those. Is that safety? Ah. I wasn't sure if because it was a... Oh, Reichel. Okay, Reichel. Not sure if it was a low block. It might be a safety, but no, not the case. Still on their own 2. Maybe around 3. They got a yard. Oh, another flag. Not a good start for the Austrians. Yeah, the Austrian O-line is also stacked. Not as good as the Germans, I will say. I do prefer the German offensive line to the Austrian offensive line, although the Austrian offensive line is also very good. And we got a British ref in here too. There we go. So we actually have Reichel, Sandro, Tobias is baller, David's a baller, Waltz is a baller, actually Knockenhell's a baller. So actually it is really good. And you got Hullov as well, of course. Yannick, Hahn, Bonatti, and Bielbaumer. What the fuck is that lineup? That's insane. Like, oh, there's Sandro for a solid game. Like, what an insane lineup card you just see there. Incredible. Man, we are spoiled for talent. I'm not going to lie. So I have actually two things I'm actually planning, right? I got a best fits, like new players. How would this new player look in this new team? That'd be really cool. And then also like things I want to see in the next iteration of European League. I want to do that too. Still weirds me the Germans the away team. I agree. That's a good point. No, because it's Austria at Germany. I guess I just in the black kits just to make it a little easier. It's the first pass of the Austrians. Pressure at the mid. Oh, that was close. That was real close. That was a forward pass. 45 there. Was that, yeah, it's Kenzie. That was a great play by Kenzie. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Austrian youth programs are amazing. Oh, that was such a good play. Oh my God. I feel like a child in a candy store. Just look at that. Good play by Rochelle getting out, but Marius is a savage. My God, what a baller. Yeah, the Austrian youth system is just phenomenal. Like you say, when you factor in the size of Austria, it's not a very big country. I can't remember how many people live in Austria. Ricardo might know that. But it's not a very big country. So to have the amount of talent, especially when you think of like Tyrrell. Like you had an NFL level running back in Tyrrell. And then you also have like elite European backs behind him and another one behind him and a young rising star behind him. It's an incredible like youth system, it really is. Someone booed this. Elite Austrian elite thinner quarterback. Yeah, Nico Huzar is good, and then Reichel is fine. And Germany definitely has the advantage when it comes to quarterbacks. Lars Heijik and Moritz Mack are both solid, especially Lars did well in the ELF. So, I would agree. Oh, that was given as a safety. Was that grounding? They give that as grounding? Not about that call, but as a safety. Wow, I'm actually kind of surprised. I'm assuming that was for a grounding call. Let me turn my light down. It's a little less harsh on the lighting. There we go. Jeez. All right, so Germany take a 2-0 lead. A good return up past the 45 as well. Number 2, I think that's Kai Hunter. Kai Hunter always plays with that tape on his arms. Austrian under 19 is beaten. Yeah. I was lucky enough to be at one of them. I think it was the 2022 or 2023 one. I can't remember which one it was, but I was at one of them to watch them win. But unbeaten since 2011 is absolutely insane. They got close this year, though. I won't lie. I know they won ultimately, but they definitely getting a little bit closer to losing a game this year. They're still an incredible unit, though. My goodness, and the coaching is so cohesive. Good run out past the 50. I want to see another one of those German. I want to see the depth chart. I want to see who's playing, especially in a receiver core, because that is just such a unbelievable receiver core. Both of these teams, man. This is a de facto final. Maybe that'll kind of be against me if Finland end up winning. But I think a lot of people see this as the final because it's Germany and Austria. You know, it's the two best teams in Europe. Motion by Kai. Lars Heidrich's going to take it himself. Look at that push by the offensive line. Lars not the most physical on a run. Doesn't get too much yardage out of it, but he got enough. Sudi, to be fair, if I saw Sudi running at me, I'm going down. That man's ginormous. What's up, Grey Walker? Good to see you, brother. It's been a minute. Cheers to you. Cheers to Hawaii as well. You're doing alright in college football this year. If I'm not mistaken, maybe I'm wrong. I've been very busy. There's a handoff again by Kai Hunter. Up for a middle for a couple of yards. Good push. I like that Finland won. Did not like that Italy tried to get 20 American teams in a passport. Yeah, I get it. It's kind of a tough one, isn't it? Because, like, they are Italian Americans. Like, they are Italian Americans. But, like, Italy has an advantage with that. Kind of unlike any other team, honestly. The GB team should not be here, brother. No. You got to pay to be on the GB national team, by the way. I'm not sure if any other country does that. Oh, that was nearly picked. I'm not sure if any other country has the same system as the GB national team, but you have to pay to be on the GB national team, and that's something I strongly disagree with. I think if you're good enough to play for your country, you should be given that opportunity because you're the best. I don't think you should have to pay, personally, for your thing. Some things I understand, you got to get the games, but that's when you try and get sponsors in. American football's big in the UK at the moment, you know. I'm sure they could get sponsors. Here we go. Is anyone from the UFL? I mean, technically, someone from the NFL, Sandro, was in the NFL for a few years in the practice squad. Lars with a pass out to Marvin Rush for a couple. Fourth down now. Maybe field goal range. Maybe. But no active NFL players. A couple guys that are solid, but it depends, man. I really do think... I'm good, though. Thank you very much. If you're wondering why I'm looking at my phone, obviously I don't have the chat like I usually do, so I got the chat on my phone. I'm very good. Rainbow Warrior's been a surprise. Need to check on Buffetti Ashlock's numbers. That video is aged pretty well. But GB would... If it's a full-strength GB team, they would be good. It'd be around... Oh, fumble. Oh, it's a fumble. It's a fumble. It's a fumble on fourth down. Where do you hear that then, bro? Because I know exactly who you are. Because I know you don't want to say that you said it because you know you got burned. But I like Marvin Rush. Marvin Rush is a top 5 German receiver. I think a GB team would be like a semi-final, quarter-final level if it had full strength. I don't know if it has the same level of depth as Germany does or Austria does, but it is definitely one of the best. It's like the same with France, you know. The France have got an amazing team, but they don't always have the best players play on the team. Yeah, he was not even make it. Former tight end of the Cardinals, absolute savage. What a baller. It's odd the countries are good in rugby, aren't good at football. I guess so. I think... Ooh, that run went nowhere for the Austrians. Because, like, GB were good at both. GB national team isn't good at both, but the GB players are good, which I know is weird. Like, if you just take all the GB players, we got a solid amount of talent in the country, but the national team sucks. Ben Barrel, Rafael Zista, Benal Kaduba, baller, my goodness. Tim Ungar, he's going to be playing against a lot of his teammates. Lewis Bach and Marius Kenzie. It's a good core. And France are good at both. Oh, Paul Seifert, Gudek, Victor Amora Dion, and then I didn't see the other two, but I know that Marco is on there as well. 4 stars everywhere. No worries, brother. Yeah, France are good at both. Ireland just don't really have the American football culture at all, really. There's a couple solid Irish players, but nowhere near like their rugby culture. Italy, semi-final team. Who else is good at rugby? Germany aren't very good at rugby. Austrians aren't very good at rugby. But UK is just quite good at every sport. I ain't going to try and lie to you. We're good at a lot of sports. But Germany and American football go hand in hand. It's like the second biggest sport over there. Maybe third. Basketball might be bigger. Oh, fumbled snap. Gets handed off still anyway. Austrian offense ain't looking too great right now. I think they need to try and get the ball to Yannick a little bit more. They haven't been getting the ball to Yannick. We might have a low score and play on our hands here, boys. Because Johannes Schultz is in there too, but he's not in that. Any players on either side being looked at in this tournament? Yeah, I would say that there's some guys definitely with some eyes on them. Of course, players that haven't publicly signed are going to have their moments to put some plays on tape. Jirgal go in for the sticks, incomplete again, fourth down. I think if I haven't got any European evals planned, like I did my my lucky eval. Oh man, I was kind of pissed off, man. Like my lucky eval was good, and my Peter Clark eval was really good, and no one viewed them, and I was like, oh, so upset. I was sad. Yeah, I was kind of devastated. Here's a punt by the Austrians. Sudi's going to punt. The D-tackle. All-star D-tackle, by the way. Austria's always starting slow. I mean, think about the Vikings and Raiders are both starting the first quarter. That's a good point, actually. That's a very good point. Crazy that the entire German team... Yeah, I wish we had nameplates. I get why we don't know. That would be expensive, but... It would be easier to watch it back on if we had like the actual names in the back. It's a niche sport, yeah, but like it's still one of the bigger ones, if I'm not mistaken. Like, of course, any country in the world other than like America is going to be football. But I feel like American football it's what, second or third biggest, maybe fourth biggest. It's bigger than some other sports for sure. We're filling out 20,000 seat stadiums. Oh, not bad. Especially like Frankfurt, got good football culture. Dusseldorf, naturally. Wish we got more out of Hamburg, but... I really wish we got more Hamburg. Hamburg could have been really good. Berlin could be really good if they recruited more from that East Germany. I could if I had a roster sheet. I don't have a roster sheet. That's the only problem. Germany going to some fullback. Oh, that's going to go for it. Deep shot. Incomplete. No flags. Haaland wants flags. He's not going to get flags for something like that. That was too late. Both the passing game has been slow to develop so far. All those linebackers went towards that stretch, but yeah, ball's just too far behind. I think this is the difference we're going to see in this game, is like the lack of American quarterback. Like if you have someone like a Riley or a Jadrian, I actually met Jadrian today, it'd be a bit different, you know. But now we'll see who performs better at the quarterback position between the Europeans. There's another run. Fullback is nowhere. We are in for a low-scoring game and a quick-paced one because both teams are running it a lot, which I'm not mad at. I like run games. Aussie should be good at football because they've only got AFL and rugby. They have a league. The league itself isn't great because the rugby culture there is just so big. Like, they're so good at rugby. There's also not that many people in Australia, you know. So, but they do have some good guys. You know, Jordan Malata, kind of hard to ignore him. If there's an Austrian national team and they played against, like, in European competition, I think they'd be good. To a degree. You know, they'd be like Spain. Maybe less than Spain. Maybe like a Swiss. No, they wouldn't be as good as Switzerland's actually pretty decent. maybe like a Slovakia. You know, maybe a Hungary, maybe a little less than a Hungary. I don't think that was a fumble, by the way. I think that was pretty normal. Looked like it touched. I don't think it touched him. Hey, see, Ashok is doing good. Appreciate IMK. Yeah. Let me, yeah, post them in the Discord. That'd be helpful. I had, like, the Instagram posts up. Just the numbers. Here we go. Austrians back on the ball. Another run. There is, I believe, Hasavanta. Goes for maybe 3. Yeah, start moving this rock a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, there's the roster sheet. Perfect. Open that up. Oh, wonderful. It's got numbers and all. Amazing. You are indeed the man. Very helpful. It's actually incredibly helpful. Let me actually send that to... There we go. Wonderful. The dry shot again. Looking right. Rolling now. Not much going. Okay, there we go. There's Meyer. That's what I said about them giving the ball to Meyer a little bit. Because he's such an electric playmaker. Perfect. Thank you very much. I appreciate it deeply. Let me open up that second one. Just so I can, like, scroll between the two of them. Because who else on the Austrian one? Need to wait for it to load. Third and 2. Motion by Hahn. You got some good blocking receivers too, the Austrians. There is Hahn on the ball. Easy enough for the first. There we go. Moving the chains. Up into German territory now too. That's big time. That's the first time they've really moved the sticks. You know what I mean? They haven't been moving the rock too much, but now they've actually finally got a bit of momentum. Hopefully. That's a solid throw. Hahn's a physical receiver. Can't end the first quarter 2-0 Austria. Come on. Let's kick it into gear. Germany is sending a few decent blitzes, actually. Oh! That was close. Whenever the ball pings up like that, I get a little bit nervous. That's towards Beer Bomber. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're right. That's a good point. That was a very good point. Thing is, though, those Austrians, they do stick with it to the fourth. You remember how good Vienna were in the fourth quarter? Like some of those games, and the Raiders especially as well. Any players in the ELF went to UFL Combine? Yes, they did. So Florian was there, who's in this game as we speak, number 89. Sandro, who is on the ball right now. Yes, Sandro was there. Florian was there. Marcio Beard was there. AJ Wentland was there. Lawrence Cornwall Baptiste was a former ELF guy. That was quite a few. It's interesting. I think some guys performed well at the Combine. Of course, it was raining a little bit, so they had to do the 40 inside. But I think a lot of guys showed up. Arthur Kingdom was there. ELF Defensive Rookie of the Year for the Prague Lions. 3rd and 10. It's quite important for them. It was a nice Combine. I'm happy where I went. And I got a hat. I got a UFL hat. So I'm very happy with getting that. Rochelle going deep. As the ball was well away from anyone. Yes, the Combine had a lot of ELF guys. I'd like to see more, of course. When I made the list, I had over 100 guys that I would have liked to see at the Combine. Of course, not all 100 guys were there, but we will hopefully, build up some momentum. Guys go to the first Combine, they see it's ran well, they'll go to the second. So that was hopefully be the plan. They're going for 4th and 8. Not sure how often this is. They do have the time to punt because it's still first quarter. I think they're probably going to punt this. There we go. Little QB punt is actually really good too. An Austrian roll just outside of 5, probably about a 6 or 7 on the 7-yard line. There we go. Yeah, guy was there. Saw evaluation of him. How could he fare there? Was he there? Guy was there. Nitzlander was there. Don't think Guy was there. Trying to remember now. Nitzlander was definitely there though. But I don't think Guy was there. I'd like to see him do a combine for sure. I think his speed would be the interesting thing. If he can get that down, man, he could definitely be around that range. Need to see him get faster. Harlan Kofi is another receiver of Germany that I'd like to see try out for the UFL. Run of the middle is going nowhere. Now bring us into the second quarter. Thank you very much. I got the lineup from Germany now. Much appreciated. I got that saved to my photos so I can go back and forth between the two of them. Who's number 4? Number 4 is a running back. I believe he plays in the GFL. Heiko Bolls. I always forget how young Jonathan Ibsen is. I forget he's like 21 years old at D-line. Played in the ELF this year. Oh, Justin is there. Stajinger. Man, this receiver core is so good. Listen to this receiver core, right? Just off of my first one. Lewis Geyer, Justin Stajinger, Harlan Kofi, Marvin Rouge, Nicholas Shum, and Nico Strauman. That's crazy good. And then tight ends, you got John Levy Cruz or Roberto Miranda, which are 2 really good tight ends. Like, oof. They've got the receiving weapons. They just haven't been able to really get the ball to said receiving weapons so far. I do think the camera, they made a mistake not putting the people underneath that stand. Because there are people there, it's just on the other side of the camera. Yeah, no, I get it. I would definitely like to see him play and have the opportunity. The combines are good though. I would accept an Austrian lineup gladly, because if it has the numbers on them, because I know that AF, can't remember the Touchdown Austria on Instagram, I know has like the names, but they're in alphabetical order, which is like the worst. Don't like alphabetical order with no names, with no numbers rather. Yeah, we got the yeah, it's an incredibly good team, both of these teams. And then you look at the guys that even aren't on these teams, and they're like very talented. That's why a lot of people would consider this the de facto final. I don't blame them. Oh yeah, you're right. My bad. It's the final 4. End of the first quarter, Germany up 2-0 because of a safety on a flag. It's kind of crazy. I want to see one of those trick plays, like when Sven caught that lateral. I want to see more of that. That needs to be happening. Austria's missing Torre. Good point. It's a very good point. What's crazy, though, is they're missing Torre, yet they still have Florian Bierbaumer, Yannick Meyer, Platzskammer, and Hahn, which is still a really good receiver core. Like, if you take that Austrian receiver core and tight end core and, like, put an A in it, that's still, like, a very high-level ELF receiver core. There's Lars going in the middle. There we go. Marvin with a catch over the middle. Nice gain. I think he's the leading receiver so far. I know someone in the chat said that Marvin ain't going to get a catch today. Has not aged well. Nicely done. Finds the soft spot in coverage. That's what he does so well. And Precious. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. You look at the guys that aren't on this team, and it's still incredible, guys. So much depth in these 2 countries. It's unreal. 10 million people. There you go. So 10 million people, and one of the best teams in the world. American football. Obviously America. Obviously Canada. and you got Japan, and then you got Austria, and you got Germany. That's probably your top 5, right? I don't think that's a hot take. America, Canada, Mexico would be in there too. So you got like a top 6, and whoever wins out of this is probably in that top 5. Finland in that top 10. Top 10 national teams would actually be kind of fun to do, I feel. Because, of course, America's number 1. It's not even in question. America's number 1. Canada would be number 2. Number 3, I think, is where you start getting some people shaking it up. Because you could argue Japan, you could argue Mexico. I would argue Japan over Mexico. I'm not a big fan of the Mexican League. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not a massive guy with the Mexican League. So I'll probably go Japan 3. Oh, there's a little flat out to the running back for a couple. But still going to bring up 4th down. Is Austria and Germany both better than Mexico? I think that's a discussion that needs to be had. I ain't going to lie. Brazil, very good, but they're not quite on the level of Austria, Germany. I think that's reasonable, actually. Now that the more I think about it, the more I have Germany and Austria both potentially above Mexico. I can't remember if I've seen Mexico play internationally recently. Oh, muff punt. Muff punt, muff punt. Germany got the ball. Muff punt. That's big. Very big. Oh, it absolutely depends on the quarterback. 100%. Germany got a ball. Oh, that's big time. Yeah, look at the fans. There's loads of fans here. Why'd they choose to show the empty stand? Like, that stand looks full, and then they show the other camera angle that looks empty. I don't know who did that, but brutal. Watch the highlights of Japan-American football, and they're impressive. Height is a disadvantage, but they can play. Absolutely. Oh, the bets. Yeah, we should have had some lines on. Sadly, no lines on this one. Yeah, the Japanese are incredibly good fundamentally. Like you say, they don't maybe have the size and athleticism as like the Germans do necessarily, or like the UK or France or Austria. Oh, deep shot. He's open. He is open. Oh, it's a touchdown. Harlem Kofi. What a play. Just a straight sideline beat up. There we go. This is why he's one of the best in Europe. Oof. What happened there? That was just a one-on-one coverage. It was a good throw. Oh no, it's been called back. Has it been called back for pass interference? No way. Pass interference on the offense and they call it back. That's tough. Can't see. I mean, that's a little light. I don't know about that. It's a little light in my opinion. Honestly, I might just throw that ball again. Not sure if I will call that a flag necessarily. They're going to run a ball, big hole at the middle for Kai Hunter. He probably nearly earns back the penalty yardage. Ooh. Yeah, that's unfortunate, man. That really is. Yeah, like I was saying though, Japanese great league in terms of like the structure. Like don't get me wrong, the coverage of the league, other than Inside Sport Japan, real good. Do a really, really good job. Everyone else, and I mean including the X League, terrible when it comes to actually pushing the league. I don't know any of their players because they don't push them. I don't know who's winning, who's not winning. I don't know the scores. They just don't push enough stuff with the X League. I really think they could be better. But the actual like youth development, they have guys that come through college. Granted, I don't agree with their player rules. I think their player rules should be changed. But they do have some very talented Japanese guys. They just don't promote these guys. nice. I would really love to see more of that. Maybe it's because I don't speak Japanese, but yeah, I thought it looked like a cream route too. DB is still a problem. Huzar's been targeted since the ELF final. Yeah, it's definitely, you would target Huzar above Nitz. I don't think that would be a question. Like, Nitz is one of the best corners in Europe as a European. It's him, Tony, Dion. Like, that's your three. Put them any order you want, but it's those three. And Miles Butt's probably in that conversation after his year with the Enthroners. There's some really, really good guys. Exactly, right? That's what I'm saying. Ricardo's spot on. You don't want to go out to Nitz. Meyerhofer, very good safety. You got Muller. I don't think Muller played. But still, very good safeties. Like, you don't really want to target Nitz on a outside route. Right. Fair catch called for. Ball is still going to... Oh, it's another good German bounce. The punting, I ain't gonna lie, right? This sounds patronising. But the punting has been really good. And I'm not saying that to be a dickhead. But we've had like 3 punts inside the 5 or inside the 10 at least. So the punting has actually been really good. Yes, I did see that. And Ben Straight, yeah, sorry, not Muller, it's Ben Straight. So yeah, even better. Sorry, Muller, but Ben Straight is very, very good. Yeah, what they call him, I can't remember what his nickname is. The Japanese kicker that plays for Hawaii. He has a great nickname. In a league of American on Americans is not going to be as good. Yeah, I do agree. We do see a lot more of that. Now that there are no Americans, it's stripped down to just who has the better national team players. But in terms of corners, the best national team in terms of corners is probably the UK. You got Miles Butt, and you got Khalid, who are 2 ELF starting E corners. You could make arguments for Germany, you could make arguments for Austria, I wouldn't be mad at. But I think cornerback, UK is solid when it comes to cornerback. With those two, you go to safeties, you got Chad Walrand as well, who's also an all-star. It starts to get a little bit lighter when you take those 3 out of it. It definitely gets lighter, don't get me wrong. Depth-wise, it's absolutely Germany or Austria. It's not going to be the UK in terms of depth. I'll take my jumper off. It's getting hot now that I'm not on my bike anymore. Tight end is definitely Austria or Germany. They're going to take most of these positions. 3rd and 5 for the Austrians. They haven't got much going yet. I need to see them give the ball to Florian a bit more or to Sandro a little bit more. There's Rochelle who's going to run his pressure from the backside. He does get it offhand. Bit too high for him. Tokyo Turd, that's the one. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. What's up, Jason? Good to see you there, brother. You have to pay to be on the national team. The UK national team is weird. Like, the head coach is a very polarizing figure in UK American football, and you have to pay to be on the team. I remember when I was on the youth team for the GB under-19s. They were like, oh, we want you to play against France. So I played against the Netherlands. This is the only time I ever played for the national team was against the Netherlands. And I loved it. It was great. And then they're like, we want you to play against France. I was like, okay, cool. I'll play against France on the youth level. It'll be great. Oh, you got to pay £300. What? You have to pay £300. For what? Well, for kit. Do I get to keep the kit? No. Is it for travel? Well, yeah, you got to get the bus. You don't get to go there yourself. If I'm paying 300 quid to go on the national team, I'm just going to spend that 300 quid on a flight and I'll just meet you there. But no, they were like, no, you ought to pay to be part of the team. Austria are really in need of a quarterback program. Then again, I've got a couple guys. The Danube quarterback at youth level, he was really good this year, if I'm not mistaken. And Rochelle, we got Huzar. They got some solid guys. There's Lars rolling out. Gonna take the slide. Takes a hit. They're looking for a flag. It was borderline. It was close. It's definitely close. Yeah, like it's stupid. Everyone in the UK hates it. Like we had a decent UK team this year. Like we had Christian Strong. We kind of did in Italy with the passport situation. 'Cause Christian Strong, he played for the Raiders, obviously, a couple of years ago. He's Canadian, but he also has a British passport. We just didn't get him enough guys. We lost to Sweden, which like isn't a bad thing. In the last time we played, I believe. Marabouche shoved out for a couple. It's against Nits. Of course, those guys both play for the same team in the ELF, so they're good friends, I imagine. Played each other a ton. Man, I do... See, now, here's my hot take also. I really like the Austrian uniforms. They're so iconic. I know they're old. I know those uniforms are like 30 years old. 100%. But they're fun and I like them and they look cool. They're iconic, you know? If I play, I would love to. Yeah, exactly, man. Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My Ravens boys, exactly. Oh, Lars pressure. He gets the ball off with his knee down. Great play there, though. It's starting to get muddy. You can see that field getting a little bit churned up. That probably plays more into the Austrians. Yeah, it's not grounding. I don't think that's grounding. All national teams are 5. You're not wrong. You're so right. But the Germans and the Austrians, they just know how to make a nice kit. You know what I'm saying? I like them both. They're very good. The UK ones, they're alright. They're solid. I like them. The French ones, they're some old ones. The French ones have been the same forever. I don't think I've ever seen a French have an updated kit. 4th and 6, punt incoming. We've seen some great punting today. Is it going to keep that way? Yes, it is. It's a punt inside the 10. Punting's been incredible. Philip Harm's looking for flags, though, because he got touched before he called for the fair catch. I believe that's Marco on that one. It is indeed. Another fantastic player, by the way. Former Oregon Duck. He stands out. He's got a yellow. Yeah, but it's a contact, but it's not that bad. I don't think that's flag worthy, personally. I get it if they called it a flag, I wouldn't be mad at it.
Kick catch interference.
Yeah, fair.
On the kicking team. It's a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
Reasonable. There we go. There's the flag. That's fair. Definitely touched him when he was called for it. You think Lars could start for Surge if they can't find an American quarterback that fits the scheme? No, I don't think so. I don't think we'll ever see a German, Austrian, or British or a French quarterback playing as a starter in the highest level of Europe. Yeah, that's a good flag. Ref is redeemed part of the good favor for the earlier touchdown called out. Ooh. Reverse. I like that. There's Sandro with a bit of space. Cutting inside, going outside, jumping over a man. There we go. Good gain. That's the first explosive play that we've seen of the Austrians. I thought for a second Sandro was like going down. Thought he like hurt himself. That really scared me for a second. First big play by the Austrians there. Yeah, Lars is a good backup, but he won't start. Like, I don't think you really can have a European starter unless that European starter has like went through high school or through college as basically an American. And then maybe, even still, maybe, you know. It's another run. Oh, big hole. Another first down. They're starting to pick up. Couple good runs there by the Austrian running backs. It's not Hasselbanter. It's not Bonatti or Platzgummer. Is that Lucas? Can't tell. Might be Lucas. Nevertheless, they're creeping in. Hard on the motion. There's another run and working with it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, that's his third running back. He's good though. Good run. It is Hasselvanta. Wonderful. So, what a baller, by the way, that Hasselvanta is. He did so well with like the injury crisis. Oh, there's Bonatti. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know if Bonatti was back from injury yet, but he is. Having those three is just like, what the fuck? Having three, in my opinion, all ELF level running backs. Like, Hasselvanta was a great this year, was second in the league for rushing. Bonatti, I think we can all agree, is a guy that can be a league-leading rusher, at least in the All-Star conversation. And Sandro, of course, naturally is in the All-Star conversation. Three of them. Honestly, incredible. With Riley retired, I'm wondering who Jordan Newman might seek rather than the Unicorns. That'd be interesting if they go after the Unicorns quarterback. Who are good players left off the top 50? I can't tell you, actually. There are some guys that are like good that obviously aren't on top 50. I didn't have like a ton to do with it though. That's like mostly First Down and ELF Network. I saw it before I went out, recommended a few changes, we discussed it a little bit, but that's like 99% their work. I was only a small part of it. But I'll be interested to see who Surge do go for. Do you go after the current Unicorns quarterback? I can't remember who he is. Do you go after an ELF veteran, like maybe you go after Chad Jeffries at Rhine. He made all field goals up and looks good to me. Austrians take the lead. Here we go, 3-2 to Austria. The first score by the Austrians. Haven't seen a German score yet though, on offense, which is food for thought. Do you have to go after Chad? Do you go after someone who maybe was at like a bad team and they need a better team around them? Like Colin Aiken has been with Hamburg. He came out. I know he's retired, but that's kind of like the example as. It wasn't Miller. That was last season. I can't remember who Unicorns quarterback was now last year. I know Colin Miller had a spell with them. Oscar Hertz as kicker. You get a lot of Austrian Hungarians though. Obviously, I know it used to be one country. A lot of people with kind of like dual nationalities. Especially with the Viking system. I know that Fedor Chapazayov, he's Hungarian, but he's also Austrian. Went through the U system of the Vikings. Is Schultz too? Yeah, you got Schultz too. And Schultz has been a running back receiver this year. So you got Hasselvanta, Bonatti, and Sandro. And then you could put Schultz in if you're feeling a little bit different. That's unbelievable. What a unit that is. That's the best unit possibly outside of like North America. Yeah, actually it probably is the best unit outside North America. I don't think the Japanese will have a running back that's that level of them. Connor Miller would be kind of an interesting fit though. You know how much I like Connor Miller. I'm a Connor Miller fan, admittedly so. So I think him at the Surge would be rather interesting. Surge need like an accurate quarterback that can kind of stretch the field, has a solid arm, and can kind of just play the position. They don't need someone that's going to be trying to run around and make like a playmaker. That's not what they need. Riley sits in the pocket, he makes dissecting throws. They need someone like that. So I think Connor Miller could be an interesting person. Man, can you imagine that? I would love to see that. We'll see what happens with... Oh, Lucky was another person who was at the UFL Combine. Here is Hadjic again. I wonder if they'll make the change to Mac maybe at halftime. Not to say that he should be benched or anything, but it would be interesting to see if they do that. Maybe they need an offensive change-up. Because we're coming up to 2-0 warning and they haven't scored an offensive touchdown. They did have one wiped off the board, which is, it's unfortunate. But such is the way. I can't remember when it was the last time the Austrians and Germans played each other though in a competition like this. It's been a long time because Germany didn't play international competition for such a long time. This allows the swing out, big move, but good tackle. Was that Nitz? Nah, that wasn't Nitz. Was it Nitz? Nah, it wasn't. I was gonna say, great tackle. But there's other positions that we haven't considered because not a lot has actually been made public about who's playing where next year. So there's a time out there. We don't know who the callback for Vienna is at the moment. We don't know if Ben is staying. We don't know if... Well, we know Jadrian's coming back to Nordic. And we know that Russell Tabor is still in Munich. And I think that's it. In terms of like publicly announced ones, Yeah, last time he played was in 2014. That's incredible. Because Germany played the UK quite a while ago, maybe a year or so ago. And that was like the first time they played in a long time. But Austria and Germany, I wasn't sure if they had like any kind of scrimmage or anything. Lars outside, pass is dropped by Kai. He took a step up this year for the surge. How come the Germans didn't play for so long? I know that AVFD is not like the most popular thing in the world. I know a lot of people in every country aren't a massive fan of the board of their like team. Like I'm not a massive BAFA guy. And I know that AVFD has his detractors. There's another punt by the Germans. Another fair catch called, but it's definitely within range that they could do something with this, the Austrians. There we go. Last one was a final in Vienna when Germany got it. And the ref so hard, that one still hurts. Yeah, GB versus Germany's 2024. That was a fun game, actually. Germany obviously kicked the shit out of us, but it was fun just to watch that. I love international fixtures. I really do. Like, I'd love to see more international fixtures, especially more between like the big teams. Your Austrias, your Germanys, your Italians, your GBs. I think European Championships are great. I'm a big proponent for that. There's another swing. Lots of swings we're seeing to the running backs today. Sandro gets out of bounds and looks like he crossed the 50. Maybe he's on the 50. There was an IFAF split in the middle of 2010s. Germans were the wrong side of it so long. Yeah, because I remember when I was reporting on youth football, we were all like, when the fuck is Germany going to start playing youth football? Because they had the groups, didn't they? They had 3 groups, Group A, B, and C. And like they put Germany in Group C when they returned. And everyone was like, why are you putting Germany in Group C? Like, we all know that Germans are better than that. And they made them kind of go back up through the rankings for they're allowed to be in Group A, which I thought was a bit much. Deep shot. Oh, Sandro's open. Sandro hits a fucking deck, but Sandro's open. Good catch. He's fine. I get worried when Sandro hits the floor, man. I really do. I saw the Hardy comment on Instagram Live where he was joking about playing with Wang next season. Maybe Wang to Surge. Now that would be interesting. Platschko blocking for Blatzcom. That's what you'd love to see. Wang to Surge. Now that is a thought. I think that fit. Because Wang was definitely able to sit in the pocket. He's an explosive athlete. He's clever. Obviously went to Cornell, so he could definitely handle a Newman playbook. I think that'll be fun. I think Wang's going to be a hot commodity though. Like a lot of people are going to want to go after him this year. Germany with a timeout. Yeah, I think who would go after Wang? We don't know what Paris is doing officially with their quarterback yet. Unicorn quarterbacks with Josh Taylor, Ian Judic, and Finn Falk. Sinet Vienna, I think a lot of people would take Sinet. Not sure what he's doing. If he's retiring, go back to Madrid, maybe he goes back to UFL. Haven't spoken to him about it. Me and Reed talk every now and then. Very good dude. Any of those guys? Your left level? We'll have to find out. Yeah, I'd like to see Galaxy itself, man. I really did think they made the right move with McKay at the start. I liked them. I praised them a lot for that move. It didn't ever really work out with him. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Wouldn't mind having Wang on the Raiders. A lot of people want him. I think the Raiders go after him. I think Prague go after him. I think Stuttgart go after him. I think the Galaxy obviously going to go after him. So he has at least 4 potential landing spots. Yeah, Ben would be awesome. He would, yeah, it would be good to see. I mean, Ben is again. I feel like Ben's one of the best. I think Ben Holmes, I think, is one of the most underrated quarterbacks. And I know people know he's really good, but he's really good. Pass is dropped by Sandro. Pass wasn't exactly an easy catch. Love Ben's age factor. He has a second kid, so I guess changes it. Yeah, that's fair. Of course, he has out of a family. I think that's kind of a big part of having a quarterback who has been in different leagues. Obviously, Ben spent time in the CFL. Reed spent time in America with multiple teams. Like that is part of it. They're going to have a family. So I think going after someone like Wang or Russell Tabor, who's a little bit younger, could be a good move. There's a pass outside, just past the sticks. Yannick Meyer is not going to go out of bounds. Going to take it himself for a first down a little bit more. I guess he doesn't need to go out of bounds. They still got a couple timeouts. Yeah, Wang with the surge would be something. I think that could be a point, you know. I'm going to make things that I want to see in 2026, because we're not going to get this in 2025, obviously. I might make my wish list, and might put Wang. It's like, where the fuck is Wang going to go? And we want to keep Wang. He was a good player. He was fun. He had a bit of attitude, a bit of dog in him as well, especially with the Galaxy towards the end. He had some fun games. Beat Prague in a really fun game. No worries, brother. Good catch over the middle. I think that's Hahn. Good possession receiver is Philip Hahn. They still have a couple timeouts. There it is. Austria with their first timeout. Yeah, exactly. I think you're right, Martin. It's starting to warm up a little bit more. I think Elisha is probably a better quarterback. Well, I don't know. Is he a better quarterback than Lars? Because I like Lars. Don't get me wrong. It sounds like I'm shitting over Lars. I think he's a solid quarterback. However, the surge is really easy to be a little bit better on surge. Especially when you had Harley. He was just an animal. I'd like to see Harley back. He's a real nice guy too. I met him in the championship game. Good dude. I'd like to see him. I'd like to see Carlos Hill. Oh, that might be a good list actually. Players that I want to see back, or like players that came in midway through the year and I want to see back. Harley would be in there. Wang would be in there. Naturally. Let's check the 150 actually. See if people. What's the buzz? Speaking of Harley, no, and speaking of Marco, saying players aren't. There's not 39 better players than Harley. He came in late. Yeah, there we go. Someone that she just said that underneath. Willie P at 36. I do agree. I probably would have had Willie P a bit higher. If it was completely up to me, I'd have probably Willie P in the top 15 to top 20. Is that Wildcat? It is, but it did not work. I don't think that mattered though. They got a couple timeouts, so like 23 seconds away from halftime. Made that 25, and they got 2 yards to make, so I think they're all right taking their time here. Third and goal though, so I don't want to be taking the time too much. But Germany need to wake up offensively because they've not been great. I'm going to be real. Not offensively, they haven't. Defensively, pretty good. Special teams, pretty good. Offense, not so much. They definitely need to improve on that aspect. Here we go. Just outside, they got the quarterback Rochelle back in. They're 2 yards away on third and goal. They're going to pass. Goal line fade to Beer Bomber. Good choice. Incomplete. No flag. There's late flags. Late flags on that one to be a bomber. Interesting. They didn't look like the refs were going to give that, and then there was quite a late one by the back judge there. See what they got. Austria's D-line is good stuff to run. It is. That's very true. Yeah, I think that's likely. I think we see Mac in the second half.
Pass interference on the defense, number 3. As the foul occurred in the end zone, the ball will be placed on the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
Automatic first down is huge here too. I'd like to see a replay of that. I feel like that was a little bit rough, a little bit unfortunate to get that call. I'd like to see a replay, but I'm not sure if we'll get it. But it's on the 2-yard line. Automatic first down. They still got 1 timeout. If they want to run it, I think it's not a bad call. Stretch right, stretch left. Try and get a couple yards to the outside. You don't want to do it at the middle, I don't think, because then players are going to be on top of each other and they're not going to get off in time. You don't want everyone just on top of each other and not getting off the pile. So I think you do it outside. Potentially get that last time out if you need to. They are just going to have beer bomber at the bottom again. It does kind of look like, I think Garrick's 25, if not mistaken. There's a run up the middle. It works. Don't listen to Matt Bressington because that play was fine. There's a good run up the middle. Austria going up now 9-2, pending the extra point, of course. Soft call, but I'll take it. 4 tush pushes. Let's get to 7. Didn't even need 4. Didn't need the tush push. Just give it to Hassie. He's all good. Look at that. Good push, especially on the interior line there. Real nice job by the interior offensive line. Beautiful. There we go. Players running on. They're going to try and go up to 8 points. 8 points would be a good thing. So it just means Germany have to get the 2-point conversion as well. And their offense has been not good. Let's go with not good. And still got, 20 seconds? Ooh. Hopefully they don't get pushed back here. That could be quite disruptive. Damn, it was a bloody good run. Is it going to be a delay? If it's a delay, that's kind of undisciplined, maybe you call it. See what the ref says. Unless they call the timeout, I don't really know what's going on with this one. We're going to get prior to the snap. There was a timeout.
Team Austria.
Austria.
Third and final charge timeout. Prior to the snap, delay of game. On the defense, the option will be decided after the timeout.
You don't see that very often. A delay a game on the defense of a PAT. You don't see that very often at all. Am I crazy for saying if I'm Austria, I'm going for 2 here? I don't think that's crazy to say. Especially if that moves them forwards on the field. I think you go for 2. Yeah, I think they might go for 2. You're so close, you might as well, Yeah, they are. Maybe. They got Florian Sudi. No, I know Sudi has played tight end in the past for them. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that before. There we go. See you go. Half the distance to the goal. Yeah, then you absolutely go for it. Make it a 2-possession game. No question. Go for it. Because even if you don't get it, you're still up, a solid amount. And Germany can't move the ball right now. Here we go. Motion by Hahn. Looks like they're in man-to-man. Hahn's going here, there, and everywhere. Oh, it was incomplete. But I think the move was a good one. Even though it didn't happen, they didn't get the 2. I'm still not mad at the decision. Because I would have done the same thing. Maybe I would have ran it. Maybe. But I think it's a good call. Here we go. Right, get the kickoff and then the knee. And then we'll have the halftime, and I will watch the... Yeah, exactly. Get a ball at half, too. I forgot they get a ball at half. Yeah, the snap was a little low. Oh, no, that was the touchdown. That was fine. The snap was fine there, then. Yeah, look at that blocking up front. Oof. I think that's David Rauter. David Rauter is so big. And so strong that you can just kind of run that way. Is Florian also a real nice guy? Florian Bilbao, real nice dude. Let's see what Germany have in the second half. I think we see Mac. I think we see... Because the run game hasn't really been working. Let's see if we get any halftime numbers. Ooh. Getting late in the UK, man. I'm old man these days. I go out for like a couple hours to go watch a UE game, and all of a sudden I'm saying how tired I'm yawning, you know. Actually, I've been still trying to make some Illustrator stuff. My bike nearly broke today, though. I was devastated because my brakes are so tight on the back end of my bike that when I accelerated, it was just kind of like killing the battery because it was just the brakes were just, you know, stopping the momentum of the bike. So I was really worried that my bike was broken. That would have been terrible timing, considering the ELF has not paid me yet. 2 months I am owed for that, which has been so brutal when I'm trying to find my marketing jobs. Yeah, I'm getting old. I'm like closer to 30 than I am 20 now. Right, here's Lars. They're going empty backfield. They might just take a shot here. They're not going to take a knee, which I kind of like the ballsiness of this. Chug it up, Lars. There you go. Guy with a catch. That was good. That was good. It's a bit of progress. He could definitely get up into the Hail Mary range here. Get Gary warmed up a little bit. That's on Nits. That's such a fun matchup, by the way. Nits versus like anyone. No kneeling is gangster. I like it. They're on the 40. They're on 45. You got 9 seconds. Got 2 timeouts. Just 2 plays here, easy. Just another quick out of Marvin. Nice. Up over the 50 now. Maybe 6 seconds. If you're lucky, 7. I think more likely 6. Let's see what that is. There's Patrick Posch. I see Patrick Posch. 5. I feel like that was unfortunate. Oh, we got one more play. Can Lars throw a 50-yard bomb? Oh my god, imagine. I'd love that, low-key, because Sudi's a good dude. Oh, he's going up. It's gone up. It's gone up. Oh, Holland caught that. I don't know if he got I don't know if he got under that in time. If he did get under that in time, I'm not sure if it had enough time left on the clock. It was a little bit short. Here we go.
As time expired on the play, this is the end of the first half.
Into the first half. I was a bit intrigued if we'd get like a PI, so zeros on the clock, but one more play, that would have been kind of fun. Man, I'd love to see Sudi just get any kind of touchdown. Dude is huge. I don't know if any of you guys have ever met Sudi or seen Sudi in person. Dude is ginormous. He's like 6'7", easily. Big dude. Like I'm 6'2", 6'3". A lot of people when I was at the ELF event were like, oh my god, you're so tall. I didn't expect you to be so tall, which I get so much. Lars actually looks like he's hurt his arm, which means they definitely will get Mac in if he looks like he's hurt himself. But like Sudi made me feel tiny. I was looking up at Sudi like that. Dude's humongous. Yeah, no, I'm not like I'm just straight up. I ain't getting tackled by Sudi. I'm just gonna drop. I'm just going down. I'm not trying to even tempt fate in that position. Let's watch these highlights of. Do we get to see the highlight? Do we have highlights of the last game? So we got. See, that's kind of cool, right? we have a replay of Nicaragua versus Honduras. That's mental. I'm not even going to try and lie. That's insane. Look, by the way, that picture, definitely old. Like, that picture's what, 10, 15 years old? Same uniforms. Nicaragua versus, I mean, geez. I don't mean to be rude. The quality of Nicaragua versus Honduras is going to be low. But, like, that's still cool. That's why IFAF, I feel, is a very cool competition. I'd like to see. I'd like to see. This is a strange visual. I might go out on a limb and say I might be one of the first person to ever in the UK ever watch these two nations play American football. I might just be, which I'm quite proud of. Mac has some moments for sure. Mac was solid at Hamburg for times. Yeah, he looks ginormous. He's a massive, dude. I ain't gonna lie, brother. I'm way too old for the 6'7" shit. I don't even understand it. That was the first meme. Well, maybe not the first meme, but like the 6'7" craze is when I realized, brother, I am old because I don't understand it. I don't care to understand it, and I don't find it that funny. So I'm old. I'm just an unk at this point. Oh my God, Sudi and Milanovic at the same. For real, man. Both of those guys are like 6'7" plus. We got El Salvador as well versus Nicaragua. They're in Envino. Gee, that grass, if it's going above the boots, I feel like it's too long. Then again, though, Skycam, you can't really see the lines, but Skycam is cool. But yeah, you ain't getting no disrespect to either of these two teams. Especially El Salvador, as they are currently 22-0 down. I don't think either of these teams are competing much with Austria or Germany. It would definitely be between those big nations more so. Guatemala as well, man. We got Guatemala football. I couldn't name you a single Guatemala player. I feel very confident in saying that. Having drones is cool. Oh, Honduras Guatemala is a close game. Actually, you know what? I really like this blue uniform. I do like the blue. I like the blue. So that's what we got. That was a recent Central American Championship. I wonder who won. Was this the championship game? Cannot tell if that was the championship game, but I didn't see the score. What was the score? Do we have a score? Maybe not. Wish we had drones in Europe, man. We had the sky cam in the championship game, which was very cool. I like the sky cam. We had Austria Serbia recently. I remember that one. But I don't think we got highlights of today's one. We do have the bronze medal game, the gold medal game. That's in October, later October. No, it's not. Wait, what? Is that right? Is that right? They're playing that on a Tuesday? I might have to bring my camera, stream that while I'm at my girlfriend's. I'm going to my girlfriend's on Monday. But like, I might watch the gold medal game at my girlfriend's house. I might actually stream this with my girlfriend. I feel like that'd be kind of fun. That's a good point. I'll go on YouTube and just live this up, just so I don't miss out on the restart of it. We go Finland versus Italy. That is all pretty old and under 19. What about what I saw there? Was it on Okay.
Der ist gut.
What a way to start.
Was für ein
You know what's crazy? Here's the start. The first thing we've been introduced to was
Der ist gut.
Finland getting the ball in like the 7-yard line in the second quarter at 0-0, and we know that no one's gonna score. Like, which is a little bit mad, you know. Yo, man, I might have to ask my girlfriend if I can watch that. I'd love to watch that. That'd be great, especially Finland versus Austria or Germany. Of course, the Austrians or Germans will be favoured. How's my fantasy team holding up? I do see. Oh my god! Right, I actually have to get some demons off my chest. My fantasy football. I'm glad you asked. I'm not doing very well in NFL fantasy. I drafted a good team, but I took some risks. Right, I took Ashton Genty in the first round. I took Brian Thomas. I understood these were risks when I went for them. But I am 1-6. I'm 1-6. I was 0-5 to start the year. I'm 1-6 now. Let me actually look on my sleeper app and see how we're doing. Touchdown Finland. I'm currently winning my current matchup with a high probability of winning. Here's my team so far, right? I got Patrick Mahomes. Solid. Good quarterback. Oh my god, I'm playing someone with Justin Fields. What the fuck? Why does he have Justin Fields? Anyway. Patrick Mahomes, good player. My running backs are currently on a bye. Like, Genty's on a bye. Etienne's on a bye. So I've got Pacheco and Stevenson. Solid. I got Judy and McConkey at receiver. Because Brian Thomas is on bye week. My normal tight end is Bowers. I've got Dallas Goddard, I've got Jalen Waddle, Kendrick Bourne, Matt Gay in the Broncos defense, and I've got Herbert on the bench as well. I have a solid team. I just always be playing people that just do better right now. Yeah, this is essentially the final. You're very right. Ooh, interesting. Finland number 8 receiver. Let's have a look. I know I just saw him a second ago. Number 8. Where is he at? Finland 8? Finland actually do make some really sneakily good receivers. I'm not going to lie. Like, I like Finland football a lot. Big fan of Finland football. The players are, like, tough. Very tough. They're good athletes in Finland. Italy have got some real good guys. To Monsieur Sek over here. There's Luke, of course, Zaratka. I just got to keep checking back, make sure I don't miss the start of that one. Like, the Finland have some fun guys, man. I ain't gonna lie. Linebackers are always really good. That's Mike Giletti, I believe, for the Unicorns. Running back for Italy. He's an American with an Italian passport as well. The Italians definitely do have the best amount of Americans that can play for the Italian national team, of course, just with the history of emigration to America from Italy. Scandis are great, man. I actually love them. Like, if we had, right, hear me out. I know this is not going to happen. And I don't want it to happen, really, because I like having the Nordic Storm. If we had a Scandinavian-only league, Swedish teams, Danish teams, Norway teams, Finland teams, I'd watch the shit out of that. Like, that would be a fun league. You get Helsinki, Karlstad, and then like you do it like ELF rules, where you have just your nation with a couple of A's. I think that would be fun. And then obviously some extra Europeans. And that'd be really fun. 2 receivers are Americans as well. I'm assuming these two, or these two. And obviously that's Sek, so he's an Italian. Luke's an American. That did not look like an Italian. Maybe I'm wrong. Whoops. Yeah, like that'd be fun. I think that'd be fun. You get a couple guys that have couple Europeans. Oh, that is one of the older helmets. Not a fan of the helmet. 80th rookie of the year tops. Yeah. Oh, interesting. What was his name? You let me know of his name. I'll definitely if I don't have him on my boards already, I'll add him in. I might have him. I know I have a couple of Finnish receivers on my board, but if I don't have him, I'll definitely add him in. Not a great cut by him there. The D line for Finland is very good. If that's Malumba, which I think it is, as in itself a baller. No, Escobar. There should be Escobar. Escobar's a good receiver. I like Escobar. Yeah, that is Chris. And then you got like other, like you got Lalo as well, of course, a Finn. You got Villapelin. I can't say Finnish names. I'm not very good at Finnish names. A couple good safeties. There's a couple good linebackers that play for Finland. Finland just have a good team. And Finland are obviously in the top 4, so it's not a crazy thing to say. Did play a season due to the military. See, that's a big thing with the Finns as well. They have military national service. Right, Oscari. I recognize that picture immediately. I think I've seen him before because this picture I recognize a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I know who he is. For sure. But yeah, military service, big thing obviously in Finland. Mandatory. So yeah, a lot of guys that come from that and they're like, you know, you do military service, you're going to be pretty hardcore. Naturally, you know. I think the tackle for Finland, we go on offense real quick. I believe it's him. Victor Askolov, very capable offensive tackle. Just need to get to like a still image, please. I can't just find a still image of the offense. Love that for me. Yeah, he's one of the tackles. Victor Askolov, good player. I think potentially could have been an ELF level guy. Yeah, he's right tackle here. See, good move. Like he could have played the ELF. I'm pretty sure. I just didn't want to. I think he wanted to try and go to the States. Still, he's still pretty young. I think he's still in his 20s, like early 20s. So I think he was still trying to go to the States. But Victor Askolov is definitely a guy to keep an eye on. Depends. Austria has a mandatory 6 months too. It's not re-signed 4 weeks basic training. That's pretty cool. I can't lie. I think that's badass. We don't have that here. But Finland, you have it. South Korea, you have it. The Netherlands actually have it too, which I did not know until I was researching it. The Netherlands have a military service. You just don't have to go to it if you don't want to, but technically it's true. I remember I was just talking to my friends at the NFL Academy, and I was like, I wonder what nations would get an extra eligibility because of national military service. So I looked into that and I did do all the research for that. 44. I mean, Finland have Timmy Nuka, who's an absolute baller. One of my favorite young linebackers in Europe, and he's a Finn. Just a ton of real good Finns. Real talented. I need to sneeze. I can feel it coming. And after this, I'm going to cook some fucking noodles. That's what I'm going to do. But I need to see if Germany or Austria win first. I put my line on Germany to start, which it's not looking great at the moment unless they make some changes at halftime, make some adjustments. They're coming back out now for the second half. We'll see if Mac gets the nod or if they stick with Lars. Austria used to get it for cheaper. Red Cross interns. Because you can either make 6 months. Interesting. I did not know that. Poll. Yeah, we'll get Poll. Let me get Poll real quick. Let me make a new tab. Just so I can put YouTube up on this new tab. Yo, what the fuck? I've never done that before in my life. That scared the shit out of me. What the fuck is going on here? Go over here. Oh my lord, please stop. There we go, that was weird. I did not like that one. Okay, right, that's now, I believe, sorted. Let me shrink this down and get rid of that other mystery tab that's there. Love it when I've got 3 different tabs open on 3 different browser things. There we go. I think I'm good. Am I back? I don't know. I tried to do something and it backfired. No. I think I'm good. Am I good? I have no idea if I'm working or not. I tried to make a poll and it's just went fucking horribly. Holy. Yo. I think we're okay. I'm gonna just put that poll up and then fucking X out of that. Alright, I think I should be fine now. I'm gonna close all tabs. Free up some processing speeds. But I think we're okay now. I'm just gonna leave it be. Not gonna touch it anymore. Just gonna leave it be. I think we should be fine. Oh man. Let me refresh. Shit, that's not good. Okay, I think we're maybe he's gonna catch up. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully I'm all good. I really don't want to have to restart the whole thing. That would be a nightmare. I think we've eased up a little bit. I think the computer has eased up. I'm watching a live stream now. I think we're okay. I am never doing that. I shouldn't have done a poll. The poll broke it. The poll was the problem. I made one tab and my computer just went fucking boom and then everything went wrong. I ain't doing that again. I actually got my internet back, actually. Fun fact. You know I had that 1 week in ELF where I had a load of problems with my Wi-Fi? I've just got that fixed. Just. I had like a temporary internet box. But yeah, just got that back. I think maybe just a little bit. No idea, but luckily we should be fine. It's maybe in a minute, maybe a couple of minutes delay, but we should be fine. Hopefully fine. All good. But I'm not gonna open up anything again because I'm scared that it will break the stream. So I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm not gonna touch a single thing, not even OBS. I'm just gonna let it be. Damn, we got a load of you. I appreciate the people that popped in today. We got a couple more subs, some good watch hours, some good views, so a lot of concurrent viewers. That's the thing as well. Like we get a lot more people that come in for IFAF games than we ever do for ELF games, which is interesting to me. Right, here's the kickoff. Well, Austria are going to receive the ball first. It's a solid return. Out past the 30 is Sandro. My quality is shot. But I'm worried about touching it. I'm going to just leave it alone. It's all good, brother. Any nations that comes out of... Yeah, there we go. My studies? Oh my gosh, let me do my top 10 first. Actually, I'm going to do my top 10 second. My studies are good. I need to do one more... I have one that I failed. I had 8 assignments, and I had my research project at the end. I passed 7 assignments, no problem. One of which I had a problem with. And I got a 44, which is a fail. A pass is a 50, and I needed a 50. So I was 6 marks off, which is really, really annoying. My average overall would be a merit, which is like good. You got distinction, merit, pass. My overall average is a merit, which is solid. So I'm hoping to apply for like a compensation so that I could just be like, yeah, just remove that bad grade and we're all good. But I'll probably have to retake one module, which is really annoying, but it is what it is. Deep shot to Myers, incomplete, no flags. They want flags, I'm not getting a flag on that. But yeah, my studies are going well. My research project was good. That was my London Monarchs one. I call it the London Monarchs one because I was getting people to do it, but it was just content habits of European American football fans in the UK specifically. I was gonna do all of Europe. Like, it took me a long time to do the UK. I was gonna do all of Europe, and my professor was like, "No, like you try and do all of Europe, you're gonna drive yourself insane. You'll get like a bunch from the UK, but you might not get anyone from Germany. Do the survey." I'm glad I listened. Very glad I listened. Good catch over the middle. I believe that's Meyer again. It is. 3rd and 7. Turns into 4th and what, 3? And my top 10 teams. Yeah, I definitely call that. My top 10 teams in Europe. They scored on a run at the middle from the 2. It was a pretty good drive. Just a solid drive. Their passing game is starting to cook up a little bit more, but they have stalled on this drive. So, can I up my quality? Let me just check. Watch this absolutely brick it now. Should be fine. Yeah, run from the 1. It might be a little bit delayed. I don't think I'm that delayed though. Oh, I kind of am though. Yeah, I'm a couple minutes delayed, which is annoying, but it is what it is. All right, Germany on the play now. They're back on the ball. There we go. Quality's up. We're good. Is that still Lars? It is still Lars. They did not make the change. Interesting. No change made to the quarterback. They're sticking with Lars Heidrich for the foreseeable future. I would have thought I kind of expected them to put Mack in, given they haven't scored an offensive touchdown yet. But you know, they did have one wiped off the board. It's like not crazy unlike, like, you know, it's not unbelievable that they can score with Lars. There's another one outside. All right, that was good. That was good. Marvin with another catch. He's been active today. But Germany need to score, I think, pretty quickly. Because you know, if they don't start scoring soon, Austria get the ball back and they had a little bit more momentum. Let's see if they can do something more with it, you know? There's another motion by Marvin. They're keeping a running game going, the Germans. There's a big one. First down from number 4 from the GFL. They've been giving him a lot of action, actually. They've not been giving it to the to the ELF guys as much, but that was a good run. Good broken tackle there on Swancore. Gets dragged out for the first down, but good run. Germany definitely do need to get that run game going. I think you're absolutely right. Second down. Nearing the halfway mark. There's a little short pass out. Just hits the foot of Roosh. Ball died before it even got to him. Which is a shame. Bad pass. Not catchable. Yeah, man. I don't know. Third down and they didn't call that a first down on the run. That would have been kind of unfortunate if they didn't. I can't see the sticks right now though. Oh, they didn't call that first. Okay, so it's 3rd and 3. High count. No jumps. Do snap. They're going to go outside on the hitches, but again, the ball died before I got there. Incomplete. Now it's 4th down again. I think they need to make a change. I ain't going to lie. I think we'll see a potential change of quarterback. He's had a drive. Couldn't get anything cooking on that one. You know, that's multiple drives now in which he's not really been moving for the Germans. Yeah, I'm sure you'll be gassed with it. Oh, bad snap. Oh, Nitz! Nitz with a play. Touchdown, Austria. On the block punt because of the muffed punt. Oh, my. Nitz with a touchdown for Austria. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Holy. What happened there? Just that was too high. Hit the punter just too above his head. Great scoop and score there by Nitz. Finds the end zone. Oh, that might be it. That might be the icing on the cake. Man, I picked Germany. What a stupid fucking move that was. They're down now by 13, maybe even 14. Oh. Yeah, Peter Clark technically would be a homegrown. I think Peter could stick around now. I think Peter is a legit guy. I think it depends on if there is a team, obviously, in the UK. But I think Peter will get a shot in the NFL, even if it's like a UDFA. If he comes out this year, maybe if he stays next year, I think he'll get a shot. I mean, I definitely think if he doesn't go to the NFL, I think he'll definitely go to the CFL or to the UFL. He's a D1 guy who's got multiple years of D1 experience, for sure. Jeez, you did call 32. Fun fact, Tyroleans are the only ones that have scored. That is true, actually. It's a good point. It's a very good point. Nitz and Hasselwanter, both scores for Austria from the tiny little town of Innsbruck. One of the most successful, probably per capita, footballing places in the world. Honestly, probably in the world, I mean that. Like for quality, just like such a small place. Ooh, though, that is a big momentum swinging move. I think it's more likely we see these changes though. Maybe now more than ever, you know, you need a spark. You're down by 14 points. You need two scores to even start drawing at level. There's Marvin Rouge, a special teams touchdown for them will go a long way at the moment. But Marvin is still up. Okay. Marvin with a great return. Trucks Oscar Hertz. Feel a bit bad for him. That was a great return by Marvin. They definitely needed that. Big time. There's Meyerhofer. What happened there? Just a broken tackles. I don't know how the hell he got out of that. That was mad impressive. Bonazzi, sorry, yep. Yeah, man, fucking hell. Like, Innsbruck is just incredible. Someone should do a documentary on Innsbruck for him. Here we go. So Lars still in. I think Mac will be itching a little bit to get in at the moment. The run game has started to get a little bit more going. You know, we've seen a little bit more of that run game coming through. It's been a little bit better. Still not perfect, but it's definitely getting a lot more yards than it was. Which they definitely needed, because they are not having success throwing the ball as of now. Fullbacks in. There's a play action. Lars going deep. Shot out to the sideline. Bit too deep into the sideline. It's incomplete. Yeah, third down. Yeah, to be honest, I like Finland a lot. I don't see how Finland's going to be able to deal with the Austrians. If the Austrians look this good against the Germans, like their DBs are good. They got Ben Straight. They got Nitz. That's two all-Europe DBs. No, all Europe, like not counting American. That'd be a fun award, actually. All Europe. I might do that. I need to create my graphic for my awards. I've been like trying to work it on Illustrator, but I might just do it on Photoshop for my awards, because I want to do all stars. I want to do an all Europe team. I want to give out like awards for certain fucking things that I want to do. Like, I don't know, most fun player, most explosive player, biggest breakout player, stuff like that. I want to do that, but I gotta make a graphic for it. I can't quite get it. I did try it on Illustrator, but it's just, it didn't quite look right, you know. Yeah, see, there you go. So I think I struggle to see Finland being able to outmuscle Austria. Jan, yes, we do like Jan. Jan's good. It's just this Austrian team, man. It's so safe, you know. It's just such. I missed the Justin catch, and I'm a little bit delayed because of the lag I had earlier. But we didn't even notice the Justin catch. I thought it was Marvin. Good run out the middle. Big hit there. But a good run. A good 5 yards out of that. I love the love for Justin. I really do. He deserves it. He's a very good player. Even my Pablo Araya videos got a view. Nice form tackle. Germans 3rd and 4 again. They need to start converting on these third downs. They haven't been converting on their third downs well at all so far today. They're going to run it again. Keep them short though. It's another 4th down. They're kind of in that range where they could go for it. So what, 4th and 2 maybe? But they're inside the Austrian half. They need to start winning some of these momentum play battles. And a 4th down conversion will go a real long way. 4th and 2. We're halfway through the 3rd quarter. Because both of these teams have been running the ball a lot. We knew that the Austrians would do it because they got so many great running backs. 4th and 2 under center. They're not going to be able to sneak it from 2 yards away. They are going to hand it off. He stumbled forward. I think he got it. That was close. That was very close. He did a good job in falling forwards on that one. I think he got it. Big time. They needed that because he was stuffed short initially. Broke the tackle and fell forward for a couple more. Damn QB change. Nothing against Lars being getting anywhere. That's in the message room for Austria. Also him to score. Nicely done. He might, to be fair. He's on the field now. Yeah, I think you're right though. I think a callback change wouldn't be the worst. Maybe you see if Lars scores this drive. If he does, maybe you keep him out there. But the run game is definitely looking better than it was in the first half. I think it helps the Austrian chemistry. You have two powerhouses produce majority players. That's a good point, actually. Because the Austrians bar maybe... Actually, I don't even think it is bar anyone. It's all of them, I think. The Vienna or Innsbruck. Maybe one or two guys isn't Vienna or Innsbruck, but I think probably they are. Whereas the Germans, you got Rhein Fire, you got the Galaxy, you've got Hamburg, Stuttgart. That's a good point. Very valid. Run outside goes for maybe a loss of 1, maybe 2 yards. Yes, they did. Another good point. Austrians kept consistent. Germans, not so much with their activity over the last 10 years. But I would feel robbed, right? As someone who wasn't obviously streaming football in 2016, 17, 18, 19. I'm very glad I didn't. Because, man, I would have been pissed. I would have been beating on the drum to get more games like this. And I'm glad I get to actually watch them. Because if, like, you weren't, you know, if you're streaming and watching, you couldn't even get the best teams playing. Lies drilled, but does get the ball off to Marvin. That's going to be a PI. Yep. Big time. Is this spot foul or is this, I think this is a spot foul league. Dragons, Ducks, Giants, but smaller teams are Raiders and Vikings. But have they got anyone from the Ducks or Giants? You maybe got a couple, but it's mostly Raiders versus Raiders and Vikings. Okay, so that is a huge flag. That's going to help them a ton. Lars took a hit for that cause too. Jesus, Lars took a hit for the cause. Undoubtedly a flag. It is a spot foul.
Pass interference on the defense, number 20. It's a 15-yard penalty and an automatic
No, it's
touchdown.
15. Okay, it isn't a spot foul. I'm surprised by that. I thought IFAF was a spot foul league. I was wrong. My bad. 15 yards. There's a motion by the tight end. There's another handoff. Good, right in the middle, gets about 4. Not bad. They have dragons. Yeah, that makes sense. Torre was a Ducks. Yeah. I'm more so thinking of where they are now rather than where they started. There's obviously guys that have been from Graz or from Salzburg that are not actually from Vienna or from Innsbruck. Obviously, Beerblom being the main one. Torre, naturally, like you say. 2nd and 5. Generous spot there. Be 2nd and 5, ain't gonna lie. Lars throwing it. Cool. By Haaland. Down about the 2. They're edging ever so close. If you want to evaluate another Hawaii player, Jeremiah Otis played. If you want a additional receiver, Jackson Harris transfer from Stanford's kid. We're not sure. That might be interesting. How's Seneca doing? Next season, Vikings has 3 teams in the AFL with the Vikings Knights join from the lower division. That's fucking mental. Vienna is so good for football talent. Yep, there we go. See, we got UK refs. He actually refed the championship game too. I think he did a very good job in the championship game. Here's Lars, 1st and goal. They're going to hand off to the running back who is stuffed. No gain. 2nd down. Rival safety is from the Dragon. Oh, he is, isn't he? Of course he did. He used to play for Vienna? I feel like he used to play for Vienna. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I feel like he did. But I might be wrong. Yeah, Germany needs to score quickly as well, because they've taken a lot of time off the clock, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but they do need to finish this drive with a score. There's an injured Austrian player down, though. Hopefully he's all good. We shall wait and see. But it's still 2nd and goal. They really do need to get some kind of score out of this. That's like undoubtable they need to score, I ain't gonna lie. Let's have a look at that run. See if we can see who went down. Oh, was it Sudi? Hopefully not. No, he's all good. Yeah, Sudi's fine. That's nice. They played the Raiders 1 year. Right. That makes sense. I think the dude with the tats with the Asian name, I don't think he's a Viking or a Raider, if I'm not mistaken. They say because of start, missed 4 games because of injury. Scores first touchdown last week. Good job for him. Nicely done. Second and goal. Giving it to the back again, and he goes through nicely, cleanly. Touchdown Germany. That should close the gap. But now they need to score again. The Austrian offense has been a little slower. Of course, they did score. But naturally, the last score did come from the punt rather than the offense. And they only scored one offensive thing. The first drive wasn't too great in the second half. They only had like one drive. They haven't had very much. Germany took a ton of time off the clock with that. Kick is up and good, but it looks a bit from that angle. Yes, it is. 16-8 makes it 16-9. 7-point game. Could have a bit of a nail biter here if we continue this trajectory. How Austria come out of this next drive could be very important. Nah, I think you keep it at 1. Got to keep it at 1 with that. If you go use a 7-point game, you could go for 2 and make it a 6-point game. But I think at this point, you just need to get some fucking points on the board. Big thing for me, though, is Austria, if they come out and score and take a bunch of time off the clock, that's more of a problem. Like IMK says, defensive stop and scoring again, you're right back in it. But if Austria go down, they take the rest of the third quarter and a bit of the fourth and then score, you're looking at a difficult situation to get out of. You can definitely do something with it, but it'll be tough. And special teams needs to be better as well. They need to make a play on special teams. Maybe that could be the way they do it. Kicks up and away. It's a good kick. It's going to be fielded by Maya. Oh, big return. Big return. Good blocks. That's not what Germans needed. The Austrians are already up near the halfway line. You know what I mean? That's just not the situation needed at all. If you're the Germans, you allow them a 50-yard return nearly. That's not good. He looked like he was real close to our bounce, but he definitely wasn't. He's still in. It's still not impossible, you know. They're definitely still outside field goal range. Just need to play tough defense. Yeah, they're on exactly the 50. They're motioning hard a lot today as well. Run of the middle, gets a solid gain. He stood up after about 6. But a good gain. I think you would expect Austria to be in a driving seat for now. With the ability that they have on the ground, very tough to get the ball off them. I mean, we saw that with the Raiders all year. When the Raiders were like up and winning, it was very hard to just get the ball off of them again. Like with the Madrid game, that was such a frustrating thing to watch from like a Madrid standpoint. Rival with a good little read option, but doesn't get a crazy amount of yards out of it. Yeah, I know, right? Returners being Platzkum and Meyer. Game-breaking speed. Like that was like one of the most frustrating drives I think I've ever seen. It was the Raiders versus Bravos, because the Bravos like scored and they did real well. They scored real quickly and then they wanted to get the ball back, and the Raiders just ran the ball. Just 1 run, 2 run, 3 run, first down. 1 run, 2 run, 3 run, first down. And he was just chewing it up. And Madrid couldn't do anything about it, and obviously the Raiders won. Raiders could be so good, man. They beat the Fire, and they beat Madrid. Oh, go for it. Oh. Incomplete. Victor Amoradillon there with the AXA. With the, is that AXA? I'm forgetting what it's called now. Rachel looked like he had a moment there. I thought he was going to absolutely sling it. End of the third quarter. Here we go. So, fourth quarter. We have a 7-point game. Austria on the ball, and they definitely are in more of a control. The Germans have only just scored their first offensive touchdown, you know? Yeah, that game was really something. That was a fun game. I'll have to watch that game again. It's maybe for one of those evaluating the game videos. I'd like to do those, but they were kind of long. Like the editing was really easy for them. Well, not really easy, but it was easier. But I usually do like a series for a week, and if they hit all right, I'll like keep doing them. If they don't hit that well, I probably won't start doing them after the week. Like that was what I did with the evaluating the player wheels. That one was fun. Yeah, the Munich games are the big ones of the Raiders. Like they beat Fire and they beat Madrid, but they lost both times to Munich. If they beat Munich once, they would have been in a lot better situation. Raiders really, really were close to postseason football. It's just those damn Munich games. Of course, Vienna, it's always going to be tough to beat Vienna, but and they did have a very tough schedule, of course. No one's going to deny they had a tough schedule. But we'll see what they do next year, man. A team that is going to be interesting to watch, I think, next season is going to be the Raiders. See what they do wherever they are. We don't know what's going to happen with the EFA and ELF, so we don't know where the fuck people are playing. Just remembered that the Raiders are technically still in the ELF. I'm yawning like crazy. I think it's when I'm thinking about yawning, I yawn. You know what I mean? I don't think you were bad, per se. You had moments. You're also very unfortunate. The Raiders were incredibly unfortunate. They had injury at the quarterback position. They had two starting running backs two starting running backs. Your starting running back and then your third string that was also very good contributor get injured. Maddox was hurt for a bit. The Raiders do know how to pick some good-ass American defenders. You had Devin Taylor, you had Aaron Maddox, you had Deshaun Walls. That's all very good players. So, good team. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a weird year for the Raiders. I'd like to see them playing with everyone else. I'd like to see everyone playing in the same league, but of course we kind of got to wait and see what happens. It's the annoying thing. People ask me a lot, oh, what's going to happen with the ELF and EFA? Like, you know, what's happening? Who's playing where? Where are you going to be doing your stuff? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. I really don't. I wish I did, but I do not. Kind of got to wait, see what happens. See if I get some kind of contract offer from anyone in each respected place. Do you think we can actually have two leagues running, or just one that decides? I think I really, to be honest, I don't want to see two leagues at the same time. I want to see everyone playing in the best league. I think you have, like, at the moment, it's 10 teams in the EFA. You have the Munich and the Raiders. They're still in the ELF. I want to see those teams playing in the same league. I don't think I think it needs to be in the same league, personally. I don't want to see two separate leagues, because then it's just, splitting out the best teams. It's just not really the best for anyone. Sandro with a big run. Oh, Sandro. Sandro Platzkammer's gone. There he is. That's what he can do. That's what Sandro Platzkammer can do. Holy. The movement, the speed, the agility. Just top level. Depends if the Raiders can get the coach they need. Sean Fatter is big. Sean Fatter's a big signing. Not only for like players, because obviously players really respect Sean Fatter. The culture. He's obviously was a big part in building that culture. He's a very successful coach over there. So I hope he does really well. I think this next year will be our year in European football, personal opinion. It'll be a COVID year. Maybe. Hopefully not. I still would hope that we see... I just want to see the best teams in one league, man. I don't... First of all, I think it'd be great if we get Potsdam or Dresden or whoever we want in that like East German really, really, really good teams. Of course, they'd have to play ELF rules, and I don't think they're going to agree to do that. Why win? Why would you want to make your team different if you're winning in Germany, you know? So I don't think Potsdam would want to do that. I'd like them to. I'd love... Can you imagine like the ELF teams that are in the EFA? Like you get rid of... You make Hamburg good, firstly. You make Hamburg a different owner and a different management and make them good. And then get rid of Cologne, get rid of Helvetic, and you bring in Potsdam, London, and Amsterdam. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? Yes, I would love to. I would love to have a contract. We'll see what happens with it. Potential things. Yeah, I actually told my mum about that too. She was very excited. I was like, yeah, you were invited to a Munich game to like be with the ultras, the flock. So she's definitely interested in that. Best running back in Europe, he probably is. He is unbelievable. Sandro, like Austrian uniform Sandro is just different. I don't know. He turns up for his country. I think a lot of players do, honestly. We see it all the time with, like, obviously European football. Our European football. Some players are just better when they put on their national team jersey. Not to say that he's not good. He's obviously incredible. But some players just take a step up with that national team. Yeah, like, gosh, I just don't want 7, you know what I mean? 2-score, 1-score games every week would be amazing. It's what we need. Of course, it's what we need. Cologne were awful. Of course, their management was fucking diabolical. Just turned off my light. Oh my gosh. Yeah, of course, management for Cologne was just fucking piss poor. Same with Helvetic, awful. Not even try and hide that now. Helvetic was just fucking hell. What shame, you know. Especially for someone like Jamal, who like has bled Helvetic, and they've just been so bad. That should be a good contest. Really hard to find different league rules with import. So you know the people. Yeah, very true. Like even if you took like. You get a London team, you get an Amsterdam team, supplement them with a couple of Europeans. I think it would just be good. We don't need to expand too quickly, right? If we had like the EFA teams, they say we want to stick at 10 until 2027, and then we're going to go to 12. We'll see how we do at 12. If we do well at 12, we'll go to 14. Big shot. Picked. Nitz is picked. Nitz is having a good game. Nitz is having a really, really good game. Yeah, it's time to make the change, I think. Get Mac in. Whoa. I think it's that time. You got to bring Mac in. Try and get a change of pace. Otherwise, Austrians are going to run away with it. Great play there by Nitz. This is why you don't test him, bro. He's too good. But yeah, Potsdam, I don't think would want to go to Europe. Because, first of all, the best Germans don't play for Potsdam. Let's be honest, the best Germans play in the ELF. There's a couple guys in Potsdam that I'm sure would be good in the ELF, the Germans. But the best players play in the ELF. And then they got like 3 American quarterbacks. Like they have at least 2 Potsdam American quarterbacks. So they'd have to change that. Nitz is just different, man. What a baller. What an absolute baller. Austria could really go up. They go 30 up 9. Rochelle going. Nah, it's a drop. I don't think he caught that flag for unnecessary roughness, I think, which is a bit of an unfortunate call. And everyone's like, Germany will be like, oh, fuck off. I was kind of surprised, man. Oh, yeah, still the Tyroleans. Yeah, you're right, actually. Damn, that's a good point. Yeah, I really thought Germany would be having the advantage. I was wrong. Real wrong. Austrians have come out fighting. And the Tyroleans built different. Seriously, a built different kind of area of the world. What a fascinating team. I don't think Meyer call it, but it's the unnecessary roughness. I think they're calling it afterwards.
No foul on the play for unnecessary roughness. The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass.
No foul. Incomplete pass. Oh yeah, saw the video of Colin Helvetic. Should be a lesson for the owners. Yeah, so that was what I did the hell. Yes, that was the kind of rant about the FIBO stuff. Yeah, that's definitely incomplete. That was that video. I was really nervous about putting it out because I felt people would be like, oh, you can't say that. I thought I'd get a message from someone in the ELF and be like, you can't say that. Thankfully, I didn't, which I'm glad I didn't because I would have been pissed if I did. Because, they need to be vetted. We have to have owners vetted. We have to have sponsorships vetted. We can't use the excuse of, we didn't get our money from the sponsor, so we can't pay you. Like, you should be getting that money. They're passing it still a lot. There's Sandro in the play. Sandro's still making some good moves. Gets up to the 30-yard line. Keeps that clock moving. Clock's moving. Less of a chance for German comeback. Yeah, I'll do the other FIBO ones for you. Maybe I'll do another one this weekend. They're not that hard to do, They're pretty easy. And you know what? It made me realize I was right a lot. That makes me sound like such a bellend. But, I'm looking at these FIBO recaps, and not a lot of the stuff me and Nick were saying. I think the only one Nick did really bad at was Prague. Because he went 1-5 in Prague. But he was not hot on Prague at all. And I tried telling him in the FIBO event. I was like, dead ass, bro. Prague are a good team. And he was like, I don't know, I was like, no, mate, seriously. Don't have Prague going 0-8 or 0-6. He had him. He's like, nah, I got a feeling. And I was like, yeah, it's not going to age well. Yeah, there's a conflict of interest with Nitz, right? He's such a good player, but he's a good player. It's like when, I was an England fan, watching someone from Chelsea. I'm a Chelsea fan. Watching someone from Chelsea beat up England. I'm not a massive fan of the England national team. I think we've got some potential, but there's Johannes Scholz. Haven't seen him too much today, but the fourth running back, just an incredible player. I mean, they can come cry at the video. Yeah, legit, yeah. I'm still waiting on 2 months of pay. I know it's early in the off-season, but Berlin Dunder making moves. Yeah, that's a big thing for me. I actually was saying at the awards, I was like, Berlin could, if they play the cards right, be a really good team. They got the whole of East Germany, pretty much, to recruit from. I know it's easier said than done, but they've got a lot they can recruit from. They're not in a recruiting battle as much. They could be really good. And they signed Chris Makaya. They signed Tyler Foster. That's two really good signs. I really like that. So hopefully they'll be on the way up. We'll be streaming the final on Tuesday. Hopefully, probably. I'll be at my girlfriend's house on Monday and Tuesday. I'll see if I can. I'd like to. We'll see if I'm able to. Maybe. It depends. I'll have to keep an eye on it. I'm not sure my girlfriend will be too happy with me for doing it. I'll see what I can do. Meyer on the screen. Big play. Oh, he nearly broke that off. Victor with a good tackle. Very, very close. Look at that. Look at that protection now. My goodness. They just go immediately out there through the blocks in front. Incredible stuff. 2nd and 5. Austrians are just keeping that clock running very successfully. They're up comfortably as well. And when Austrians go up, man, it's hard to really make a comeback just because of that run game. And Reichel has been accurate enough. Like he's been able to pass to a decent level. Not put any crazy numbers, but he's been alright.
Before the ball was snapped, delay of game on the offense.
Brutal.
5-yard penalty.
That's not exactly what you want. I just praised him and then they get a delay of game. Insanity. But Austria would definitely be the favourites now against Finland. Dismantling Germany like this. It's just such a hard style to beat. You know what I mean? Like from a German perspective, so hard. Not one set yet. That's a good point. We do know that like the O-line's units were better than the D-line units. The D-line units for Austria was definitely really, really good. But like the German offensive line is also really, really good. Austrian offensive line better than the German defensive line. Fumble! Oh my god! Sandro! Damn, that's big. That could be a game changer. I'm not sure who's got the ball. It depends who's got the ball. Really depends who's got the ball. It looks like it might be Austria. I think the Austrians have got it, but that was big. Oh, okay. Sandro got a little. That was a. Oh, was that Hassavantu or Bonatti that popped that out? Oh my goodness. Good jump on the ball though by the Austrians. Whew. That could have been something. If Germany got that, that could have been real different. But he's good. We're good. 3rd and 12 those. If Germany can get the ball with about 7 minutes left, score quickly. Rochel's going to throw a deep bomb. It is going to be incomplete. Garrett couldn't get his body around. Why is my... Fair enough. Whew. Yeah, I forgot. Oh, not a very athletic move there by Garrick. Kind of got a little... Kind of got to turn ball tracking, not great on that one, but he's fine. Doesn't matter too much because it does still stop the clock. Flags immediately going up. Baruch's going to return. Kind of gets caught by a couple of Austrians immediately. Doesn't get anything out of it. Looks like Austria got it back. That would have been a disaster for sure. There is a flag here though. Oh no, that is 4. I didn't see it. It was immediate, so it might be not set. Because it was a literally immediate flag. Yeah, 25's Garrick. I'm not even sure if I'm saying it Gasek. I'm not even sure if I'm saying it right. I might be saying it wrong the whole time. You was. Wait for the refs made a call here. I didn't see anything initially. I'm not very good at spotting flags. I never really have been, unless they're really obvious.
Illegal formation.
That's what I thought.
Backfield by the kicking team. That 5-yard penalty will be enforced from the previous spot, and we will repeat 4th down.
4th down. Okay, repeat. Are they going to adjust the clock? Does the clock get adjusted? I don't know if it does. So for the Austrians, not really that bad. You took a little bit of time off, 5 yards. It's not the biggest deal. Unless obviously they score in the 2nd time. Yeah, that's a good point. Let's see if they go for Lars again. I think they need to make a change. Again, much respect to Lars, but look at a punt team. All right, slightly, I mean, it's pretty much the same place as they were before, and they've got a little bit less time. So honestly, the Austrians did pretty good on that one. Let's see if they keep Lars out or try and get Mack in. I think they should potentially make the change to Mac now. It's now or never, really, isn't it? You can't do it next drive because you never know how much time you're going to have. And you need to score immediately. They're sticking with Lars. Fair enough. If I'm Mac, I'm a little bit pissed. I ain't gonna lie. If I'm German, I'm a little bit pissed. Oh, shit. No. No, 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 not now. Why are you doing this now? What's going on? We're good, we're good, we're good. It was a nice pass by Mac, actually. Saw the replay. Lars. Okay, 2nd and 5. Yeah, it's funny seeing Sudi punt. He's too big to be a punter. And that was good by, but like, the pass is fine by Lars. It's a good pass, accurate, got the completion, etc., etc. But you need more than 5 yards, you know, and the clock is still running. You know, short plays are fine, but you do need more. Lars is going to go for a more of an intermediate shot. It's incomplete. Good coverage out by Nitz. Been saying that a lot today. Second down and 10. See you soon, Gray Walker. Always a pleasure. Much appreciated as always. Thank you for being a channel member as well. You got the blue badge next to your name. All right, 2nd and 10. Just before they're on a 48.5. Need to make some kind of plays. 4-man rush is handled well. Lars steps up. It's fine. That works. Gets out of bounds. That's Nico Straman. I had a debate with someone when I was in Switzerland. Someone said about Nico. I was like, I like Nico Straman quite a lot. And they're like, really? They're like, he's slow. And I'm like, yeah, but he's a good possession receiver, you know. He catches the ball. Like it's the whole Moneyball thing. He gets on base. He catches the ball. And I like that. Justin is in. There you go a deep bomb to Justin now. I'd love that for him and for you. 3rd and 3, they need something. Maybe a little whip route by Justin here. Incomplete. Again, there is flags though. That's on Nitz, I think. An unfortunate call. I won't lie. But I'm not mad about it because it keeps it close. I'm good with that. Let's see what they got. Next stiff. There's 5 minutes left. There's enough time to get the ball back again. See what the flag was. See if we can see it here. It's on Nids. If that's a PI, that's soft.
Pass interference on the defense. The ball be placed on the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Spot the foul. Is it because it was below 15 yards? It color me confused. Lars looking right, stepping up, going for it. He's going for Geyers, 2 overthrown. I don't know the rules anymore. I don't know if it's spot or foul if it's under 15 yards, or it's 15 yards if it's over 15 yards. It's not spot foul if it's over 15. I don't know. Justin was also free in that play. Yeah, he was open on the hedge. Second and 10. 5:11 left. They need some quick scores. And they need the defensive stop. Out to Haaland. Good throw. Good catch. Gets out of bounds. In front of the sticks. That was important. Was it in front of the sticks or am I tripping? That was nice. That was a good throw, good catch. No, it's just behind. So it's going to bring up third down, but it's third and short. Definitely a 2-down territory kind of thing here. Damn, he didn't call that out of bounds. That's unfortunate. Okay, alright. I'm not crazy then. I'm not a rule book aficionado. It makes me sound stupid, but like when you have college rules and like NFL rules and then ELF have like different ones and then IFAF have different ones. Harder? Oh, PI maybe? I'm gonna call it PI. It's fair. Yeah, so I get confused. Different, like if it's just one or the other, I can differentiate between which ones are which. But it's when like we have IFAF and ELF and GFL and AFL, I get a little bit confused of which ones are actually playing which ones. And then Bucks, of course, and then BAFA. So it gets a little bit confused. Right. 4th down here. This is kind of the game if they don't make this. It's going to be a handoff. He does get the first. Yes, he does. That was a good play. Okay, but move, hurry up offense. We talked about this a lot with, yeah, exactly. See, that's another thing, right? And ELF is NFL rules, but then it's got college overtime and it's got different kickoffs because we don't have landing zones. I can't remember if we have landing zones or not, but it's hard to keep track of. I forget. Allow me. Please don't judge me as a scout or analyst because I forget the rules and which ones are which.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense, number 92.
Ooh.
Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Now that's big.
Potential disqualification.
Personal foul. Half the distance to the goal. I'm not sure what he did do on that play. It was out of the play. So let's see what he did here. I think he was. It's dragging off the pile. That'll be what it is. Piles, he dragged him off. That's what it will be. A handoff? I'm not with that play call too much, guys. I ain't gonna lie. Not with that play call too much. Any non-ELF in the NFL league? You're right. I'm not with that play call. I don't think you should be running it when you've got so little time. I think you're gonna gotta keep it in the air, or at least like try and get out of bounds. Timeout, Germany. I need to be seriously looking at trying to attack the end zone here. 4 minutes left. Down by 2 scores. The run out the middle, it's not gonna. It's not gonna get you out of bounds. Kickoff's the same as NFL, although the NFL days kickoff started this year, will probably carry you to the ELF. Maybe, I don't know, because the ELF kickoff rules, I don't feel like the ELF or EFL, whatever the fuck we get, even if it's the same rules. I'm not a massive fan of this whole landing zone thing. I think you just keep it simple. We have a certain amount you have to kick, which I think makes complete sense. But then they start talking about eliminating onside kicks and do the same thing as the XFL did with the 4th down. I'm not opposed to that. We'll see. 2nd and goal. This is big. They're on their own 5. And it is not going to play on the snap.
Timeout. Team Austria.
Austrian timeout.
They're first.
Interesting. This next Austrian drive is going to be something. Depends on how they run it. But if they get a couple first downs, then Germany's done for. But I am surprised we didn't see Mac in this game. I am not going to lie. No, Lars is the better quarterback. Yeah, I would say, Lars is the better quarterback. I don't think that's a crazy statement. But after the slow start, I would have liked to have seen what Mac can do. But I'm not a German. So for me, yeah. Agreed, man. Time's running out. Got to start throwing the rock. Or if you're going to do a run outside and try and get out of bounds. Or if it's like, you know, 4th and 1, I'm not mad about running the ball. Justin versus Jan, interesting. It's a G fight. Is Justin on this one? Justin's on this one. I'm watching Justin let's play. Empty backfield for Lars. Justin wasn't open, but corner. That's a good throw and a good catch. Oh, was it a catch? It wasn't. It wasn't. I just said Nico Straumann catches the ball and he dropped the ball. Fuck. That was close though. Incomplete, which I think is the correct call. But that was very close. A very good breakup there, I think, by Rival. It's actually a good throw. It's... Oh, I can't see it from that angle, but what a breakup by Rival. Bit of disruption there. Very nice. True. That's a good point. Very, very good point. There's Lars looking for the jump ball. Oh, is it complete? Is it cool? Is it cool? Is it cool? Is it cool? Nitz is bad. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. If Nitz fucking... Holy. If he makes that play. Wow. Holy. I'm going to put on my story.
It is a touchback. The ball will be placed on the 20-yard line for Team Austria.
Holy shit, what a play. I can't get a good picture, holy shit. There we go. Oh my goodness. That, man. That's crazy. 2 picks. And a fumble return for a touchdown. Fumbled 6. Holy. Jesus Christ. I need to put out my story. Put in a nice Austrian red colours.
Team Germany, their second.
Have a day, Nitz. You tag him in it too. Show some appreciation. That might be one of the best individual performances from a corner that I've seen in a damn minute. Oh my god. Just giving the MVP, I agree, giving the MVP.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 28 of the defense. It's a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down, and it's first towards a potential disqualification.
Get Nitz to the Vikings. I'm not sure if Nitz could play for the Vikings. Not in a way that he doesn't have the ability, but more in a way that, like, Nitz is a Tyrrell kid. You know, he went through that system. Nitz playing for Munich is already like, oh, you know, the Austrian guy playing for the rival, blah, blah, blah. Like, if he went to the fucking Vikings, holy, that would be a moment. That would be like Figo. Or, I think it'd be more than Figo leaving, did he leave Barca and join Real? Yeah, he left Barca and joined Real. That'd be more than Figo. Or like the only person that would be more than would be like Sandro. Like if Sandro went to the Vienna Vikings, that would be insane. And Nitz would be like a close second. Yep. That's why I don't throw towards that man. That man's a badass. Super nice guy too. Met him in Switzerland. What a baller. The Wildcat going for the Austrians. Works. He gets outside. There's not much contain coming off of these DNs from Germany. Respectable. What a baller, man. MVP of the game. It isn't even close. Let's be honest.
It's a 15-yard penalty from the dead ball spot and an automatic first down.
Oh my god, there's a UFC tonight too. Holy shit. Let me check on the card. Oh, Volkov beat. Oh my god, Rakic lost. That's kind of sad. Volkov. Oh my god, I gotta watch Tom Aspinall after this. Tom Aspinall after this too. Obviously, I'm a UK guy. I'm an MMA fan. if he joined, would be like Figo. That's like the cultural impact I'm talking about. We'll see more Wildcat. They're just gonna run the ball out. Sandro some moves, breaking a couple ankles. Sandro's away for another good gain, up to the 20. I need to turn on my TV and watch the UFC in the background. I think Umar Nurmagomedov is currently fighting. We got it all going on, boys. Is it all going on? We got all the games. All the events. Who won on the prelims? Did I see anyone on the prelims? Nothing crazy. Chris Barnett lost. That's kind of sad. Right, Shell back with the runs. Austria sealing this one up now. Honestly, probably would be because Figo's not Spanish. No. Portuguese. So like, you know, it's more. He's from Tyrol. He's like the best DB to probably ever come from that area.
Please reset the game clock to 3 minutes and 57 seconds.
What is a pay-per-view? Man, what? Let me just see if I can watch it another way. Yeah, exactly. See, I think it's worse than Figo. I would agree. Let me see if I can pay for the pay-per-view. I shouldn't have my TV on the background, actually. You can see the TV. That's so funny. You can see it on the reflection. I'll do it after. There's only 3 minutes left. We'll be... Oh yeah, I'll be in time for the main event. We're all good. We're all good. Where actually is it? I can forget where it actually is being held. Right. 3 minutes left. It's not technically impossible for Germany to come back from this, but it's very unlikely. But flags at the moment is not really what you want as an Austrian. Kind of need to get it wrapped up, you know. Don't want to be getting flags unless it's not on them. Which it isn't. So I take back everything I just said because it actually isn't even on them. Second down. Germany, you've got no more timeout, so a first down or two here, and they're done for. And this was also a top, like, 15 stream of the year, too, by the way. So I think appreciate everyone who's dropped in. Because, yeah, in terms of top streams in the last year, this one has indeed cracked that top echelon. Is overtaken this year's week 11 in the ELF season. There's your fun fact. And that was twice as long because obviously that was an all-day stream. There's a run by Austria. Another big one by Hassavanta. Again, very close. They'll have to get one more off before the 2-minute warning. BW the German final, the GFL Bowls Geoblocks, you can only see it in Germany. Really? That's crazy. What the fuck? Because I was gonna watch it, and then I got busy, so I didn't watch it at the time that it was on. But then for them to geo-block it is insane. First of all, the German way of streaming the games, the GFL games, is stupid. I hate it more than any other thing in the world. Because you can't skip 10 seconds, you can't preview on the slide bar. You can't do anything. Like the website is the user interface is terrible.
Timeout.
Secondly,
Team Austria.
why the fuck would you do that? Why would you geolock? That's ridiculous. I appreciate it, Martin. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Go watch my Peter Clark video too, please, because that shit bombed. It was really good. It has 50 views, man. That made me so sad. I'm not gonna lie. Like oh man, just look at the watch hours. So the watch hours are important, obviously. The Peter Clark video has 1 hour of watch time. That video took me a hell of a lot more time than 1 hour to make. So I was like devastated when that one didn't work. Even the thumbnail took way more than an hour to make. So I was like, oh man. That's the thing with eval videos. Interesting. Austria beating Germany. Which team GB took it serious? Yeah, fucking hell. You telling me? Easy run. He definitely got that. I don't think you would want him to get that. I mean, they did score. They're up by a lot. But I think it'd be better if they went to 2-minute warning. But that'll be fine. Touchdown Austria. I use a VPN for it. Yeah, I don't blame you. That's why I use VPN all the time, honestly. That's why I got Opera GX on my computer, because like, it has a VPN in it, so I don't need to worry about stuff that's being geolocked. Very difficult to watch an ELF stream during the ELF season. Being in the stadium all the time. True. Don't have that luxury, unfortunately. So when Twitch is showing NFL games blocked in Austria with Amazon Prime. Interesting. YouTube doesn't serve me properly in shorts. I never see them. Yeah, see, that's the thing. If YouTube is weird. If it recommends you shorts, it often doesn't recommend you long content. If you subscribes to me like for my long content, like my streams and my videos, it quite often doesn't show you shorts. It's vice versa. If you subscribe from my shorts, you probably won't see long content. So, yeah, I would advise turn on notifications. Don't worry, brother. You don't have to apologize. You're all good. Another Tyrolean, absolutely. I never see your full videos. I appreciate any kind of support. Definitely means a lot. Yeah, that's such a bad way of marketing. I mean, the whole GFL marketing is terrible in itself. Maybe it's because, I mean, the Peter Clark video was also ineligible for ad revenue, which I'm not sure if that affects the video being pushed to people or not, because it wasn't eligible for ad revenue because of one clip being one of the college football clips. A lot of the college football stuff that I don't make anything from, because quite often the videos are copyrighted, of course, which makes sense, but it's still like, you know. Austria 30-9. You did say 30-2, not far off. My short videos at the moment, I'm doing the ones about my marketing, just kind of documenting some of my marketing stuff. And then I don't have any videos. Actually, you know what? I did actually have one video idea that I can run by the people. I wanted to do a video, and it sounds a bit weird, on Moritz Boehlinger. I wanted to do like do you remember that time NFL drafted a player straight from Europe? And talk a little bit about it, talk a little bit about the process, talk a little bit about what happened to him afterwards, and then talk about, could we ever see that ever again? I think that could be an interesting topic to talk about. It does very hard affect it if you don't make the money to not support the content. Yeah, see, there you go. That's why it didn't do too good. I think it didn't get pushed. Like, it got pushed to a few people, but I don't think it got pushed to the right people. Like, it has twice the impressions as some of my other stuff, but it was only got like a 1% click-through rate because it just wasn't getting shown to people that wanted to see it. Because I understand some of my people on my channel just want to see Europeans, which completely fine. Some people on my channel, I think, just want to see American stuff, which again, completely fine. And of course, I got my channel members who would just watch whatever, which I'm very appreciative for. Germany are fudged. Yeah, they'd be a weird game plan by Germany in this game, I feel. Is Mac in now? I think Mac might be in. Maybe a little too late. Yeah, it is. Where's Mac? It's in. If he can lead him to a touchdown now, that's not a good look on the German coaches. I'm not going to even try and act like it is. I think this stream's also overtaken week 6 of the ELF season as well. All my top ones the last year are basically the ELF weeks. Week 9 was the most successful, which I believe was a Ryan Fire game versus Nordic. Here's Mac. He is sacked. Is that the first sack of the day? I know we didn't have any previously for a long time. I felt a bit bad for Mac though during the year because he obviously isn't like an ELF starter, but he got thrown in Hamburg, which is just like a non-win situation, and was told to just kind of win, which, you know, against Ryan Fire. Ball was batted down. Incomplete. 1 minute, 4 seconds left. It's coming to an end for Germany. Their return to IFAF and their return to Austria has not been very fruitful for them. They've been kind of dominated, you know. Austrian darts player Team Pussy is not allowed to use the nickname Pussy Magnet while playing for darts. Is fucking hilarious. That is amazing. Oh my god. What's up? What's up? I've done these before. I did them for a couple. Mac over the middle was incomplete. I've done them for IFAF in the past. Well, not done them for IFAF. I've done them streaming IFAF, I should say. Not affiliated with IFAF in any way. I did them for the GB games. I did them for the... Actually, one of my most streamed videos ever was an IFAF video. Let me go and actually check that. So 2024, my most streamed was actually Danube versus Gualfi. And then Czechia versus France for an IFAF game was my second. And then 5th was Austria versus Serbia. So the Austrians turn up, I can't lie. Max going deep. That's going to be incomplete. On 4th down. We're going to probably see a kneel or two from the Austrians. And then that'll be the game for them. A lot of ELF guys, pretty much most of them on both teams, ELF guys. Good to see you there, TNT. Appreciate you coming around. There's a couple GFL guys mixed in. A couple AFL guys mixed in, but predominantly ELF dudes. There we go. Well done to Austria. Through to the final. Going to play in a couple of days, which is mad. Very impressive. Maybe that's why... I'm surprised they got Rochelle in. I thought they'd maybe make a few subs at this point. But here's the kneel. There we go. Are they going to make them do a second kneel? That's the question. Are they going to make him do a second kneel, or are they just going to call it? I think they're going to make him do a second kneel. There's like 1 second difference. Yes, they're going to make him do a second one. There we go, everyone. Austria through to the finals of the European Championships in IFAF. Well done to them. Well done to Germany. It was a good game. Fun game. I enjoyed that. That was good fun. Well done. I did not expect that, to be honest. I thought Germany were going to win. I said that in the pre-game. It's a close game. You know, anyone could win. 2 unbelievably talented guys. But I did not expect Austria to dominate like that. Like, that was impressive. Very impressive by Austria. Just a dominant performance. Nitz, of course, the MVP of the game. We're going to give a Matt Bressington MVP of the game. It's Nitz. 2 interceptions. 1 special teams touchdown. He was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Austria looking to defend. They can do the double this year, the Under-19 Championships and also the IFAF European Championships. It's a shame they didn't win the ELF. That would have been kind of a mad trilogy of wins. But Austria's up at the moment, man. They really are. There we go. Much appreciated, anyone. Final bets on who anyone's going to take in the UFC. I'm not sure how many UFC fans we have here. Let me check college football too. Is Umar Nurmagomedov one? Yep, Umar Nurmagomedov has won by 5-round decision. And Tom Aspinall will be fighting soon. So I'm going to go watch that. And let's check the college football scores. See who's playing. Memphis beating South Florida. That was going to close. Oklahoma looks like they're going to lose to Ole Miss. Maybe. Unless something crazy happens in the last few minutes. Vanderbilt beat LSU. Was that this week? Yeah, I was going to say that was last week. I don't know why it showed me those scores. Georgia Tech beat Syracuse. No surprise there. Indiana beat UCLA by 56-6. Yikes. I know Indiana are good, but UCLA, what a fall off. BYU losing to Iowa State, but they've just started, so not really that deep. Yeah, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. I'll see you guys another time. I'll see if I can stream Tuesday. It's unlikely that I can stream Tuesday, but I will let you know. But it's been a pleasure as always. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for spending the night with me. It's been a fun night. It's been a good night, good evening, a good day overall. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I appreciate everyone for just supporting all the work that I do. You guys are absolutely the best. Like, you guys keep me wanting to do football. Like, if it wasn't for you guys supporting, showing up, watching the streams, liking the content, it'd be really, really boring. So, I really do appreciate everyone. See you next time, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.